Go Dogs!
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Quite a night here at Crispin Field, especially for those people who enjoy the band show before the game. Some of it just concluded, but a special night. They've had every band member from 5th grade through 12th grade, so the combined Berwick School District Band. Quite a scene here on the field moments ago. Here's the starting lineup tonight for the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. At the tight end, number 34, Jonathan Stockla. We'll also see number 45, Ian Leachy. Stockla's a veteran, 6'1", 190-pound junior. Leachy, just a 9th grader, 6'2", 225 pounds. It is on the offensive front where Wyoming Valley West is going to have a real challenge tonight. They're going to have some undersized youngsters going against Berwick's #1 defense. At the left tackle position, they will have a senior, number 55, Nate Mooney. He's 5'10", 270 pounds, a senior. The left guard, though, replacing a 303-pound senior in Don Messersmith, is Jason Pearson, a 9th grader at 6'1", 175 pounds. The starting center is Aiden Golightly. He wears number 74. He is just a sophomore, 5'10", 210 pounds. At the right guard position, number 54, Mark Reskevich. He is a sophomore, 5'10", 195 pounds. And at the right tackle position, a sophomore, Jaden Swainbank, 6'2", 180 pounds, a sophomore. You look at that starting group, you do have Mooney at 270 pounds, but after that you've got 3 players under 200 pounds to try to lead the way against this Berwick defense. It's going to be very, very tough for the Spartans here tonight. They do have the leading receiver in the Wyoming Valley Conference, Nasir Garner. He is a junior, 6 foot, 170 pounder, wears number 2, 30 receptions a year ago, on his way to a even bigger season this year, 14 catches, 171 yards, and 2 touchdowns. The quarterback is a senior, number 9, Dylan Nastansky. He's 5'8", 180 pounds, was not the starter at the beginning of the season. Dante Rhodes, the junior, was, but Rhodes injured in that Hazelton area game and out indefinitely. Nastansky has completed just 42% of his passes, 12 for 28, 120 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions. The leading rusher for this team is number 42, Brendan Woods. He is a 5'11", 215-pound senior, good two-way player. We'll see him at defensive end. 35 carries so far, 189 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's averaging 5.4 yards a carry. The fullback is number 26, Zach McDaniels. He's 5'10", 190 pounds, a senior, 23 carries for 90 yards. At the flanker spot, number 1, Salem Diop. He is 6'4", 180, a senior. We'll also see number 16, Tyler Weidman, a 6'2", 175-pound junior. Those are the starters offensively for the Spartans. Under Jack Baranski in his first year as head coach, they come in with a record of 1 win and 2 losses. For the Bulldogs, at the tight end, number 36, Dallas Schechterly, 5'11", 205-pound senior, terrific blocker, also has a couple of touchdown grabs, both in that Week 2 game at Pittston area. The left tackle, number 60, Sully Slabinski, 6'1", 215, a senior. The left guard is number 52, Aaron Cashman, 5'10", 248 pounds, a senior. Nick Heimbaugh starts at center, number 66, 5'11", 215 pounds, a senior. Noah Craig, number 79, is the right guard. He's 5'11", 257 pounds, a senior. And the right tackle, number 55, Mike Zalutko, 6'1", 235, a senior. The leading receiver for this team is Tegan Wilk. He's a 5'11", 186-pound senior, 8 receptions on the season for 121 yards and 1 touchdown. We may see some of Sean Sheptock. Again, he's got a shoulder issue. He's 6'2", 202 pounds, a junior. 5 receptions on the season for 79 yards. The quarterback is number 10, Ryan Longbaugh. 6 foot, 184, a senior. Ran the ball very, very effectively against Williamsport a week ago. On the season, is 136 yards rushing, averaging 4.6 yards a carry. Passing, he hasn't passed a lot, but he is completing 61% of his throws. 21 for 34, 322 yards, 2 touchdowns. He has had 2 passes intercepted. We mentioned the Bulldogs without their leading rusher, Aiden Mason. Also a very good backup at Blake Maurer. They're both out with illness. So we're going to see a lot of Alejandro Lopez. He wears number 21. He is a 5'8", 186-pound junior, and he was terrific last week against Williamsport. On the season, 20 carries, 95 yards on the touchdown. He's averaging 4.7 yards a carry. At the fullback spot, number 42, Eric Montez. 6'1", 235-pound senior. 9 carries on the season, 2 of them for touchdowns, 34 yards rushing. He's caught 2 passes for 30 yards, and he caught a big one last week. Berwick trying to hang on to a 7-point lead, facing a third down in their own territory. Don't want to give the ball up. Still time left for Williamsport if they do give it up. And Ryan Lawbaugh hits Eric Montez for a 19-yard completion and a first down in Berwick territory. So Montez, who's an all-state caliber defensive lineman, also getting the job done at fullback. That's the starting lineup offensively for the Bulldogs under Carmen DiFrancesco in his first year as head coach. His 23rd year overall as the head man at various high school programs. Bulldogs 3-0, a 28-6 win over Abington Heights, 46-0 over Piston area, and last week 17-10 over Williamsport. So it's Berwick against Wyoming Valley West. The keys to tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
Well, for Valley West, Jim, their team has to grow up quickly. So many people filling in for injuries at so many positions. The number 2 quarterback at least have a few games under his belt with so many linemen out. They need to establish their running game. They admit that. Without that, their passing game doesn't go. They have some nice threats in the passing game. But if they're only playing against the pass or teams are constantly coming with blitzes, it's just not going to hold up. So they have to try to get some run. They have a nice running back in Brendan Woods. He's shown that he has the ability, good thick legs, a power runner. But the offensive line really depleted. To give you an idea, the starting offensive line probably would have averaged about 280 pounds a man. The current offensive line, the one that will start today, is probably going to average about 200 pounds a man. And young and inexperienced. You're losing a lot of people who had been starting, had the size, had the physicality, and you're putting in a lot of young people, and you have to still try to establish that run. Berwick will combat that. Now, while they have players injured as well, they can make adjustments. In fact, one of the adjustments, may prove to make them a better team. I always liked Mason Lawbaugh defensive end. They moved him into defensive tackle where he commands double teams all the time. But as a defensive end, he's extremely visible. He's a sack machine. And we'll get to see a little bit more of that ability, even though he helps the team more at defensive tackle. Sean Sheptock may not be able to go. It's a bit of a shoulder injury, but his legs are good. He feels good. He said he's taped up and padded up. I think at 6'4" with his incredible speed, he can still mirror all the receivers to where you can't really throw to them. You're not going to get deep on him. So I don't know how much they'll let him go. They probably want that to heal completely. But the substitutes at that position are still very strong. We expect to see some action with Berwick's number 2, Devon Smith. And for people who've watched, while he seems a little diminutive, he really can't play. Great speed, great athletic ability. It will be interesting to watch him. Flip it around, and again, the injuries are still hurting both teams. Berwick without their top running backs. When you look at Aiden Mason, and then, I have on my sheet Blake Marr as a returner who's a strong runner. They're both out with illness, but we did see how strong Alejandro Lopez was last week. You mentioned 20 carries, 95 yards on the season, and he showed that breakaway ability that can happen on every play. And he won't be alone. Ryan Lawbaugh runs the zone read and runs it very well. Guy who commands a lot of attention as a running quarterback. Eric Montez is a fullback, can pound at you continually. And don't forget about Tegan Wilk. I think Tegan Wilk is going to be targeted for more touches in this game because of Aiden Mason and Blake Mara being out. So don't pity Berwick, that the offense is missing people. They still have a lot of weapons. Can Valley West stop it? Well, they don't really have the size in there anymore. Young players have to grow up quickly, and it's just not a question of facing the challenge, but the experience, the size, the physicality. very tough for them to match up with Berwick and stop that run. And if the running game goes, Berwick would like to establish its pass as well. So we'll see how this one turns out with both teams suffering some injuries. But I still think all of the matchups do favor Berwick, Jim.
Yeah, maybe years from now, these ninth graders and sophomores that are starting on the offensive line for Wyoming Valley West will say, boy, remember that night in Berwick? As the Bulldogs make their way on the near side of the field. Berwick wearing their blue jerseys, white helmets, white pants and trim. And across the way, the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West, their white jerseys, white pants, maroon helmets, maroon numerals, and gold trim. So we're just a couple of minutes away from the kickoff of Week 4 as we look at the 45th meeting between Berwick and Wyoming Valley West. Berwick leads this series 27-16, and one tie. Bulldogs have won the last two, hoping to make it 3 here tonight, remain unbeaten going into the halfway point of the season. Berwick against Wyoming Valley West. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
We're passing the savings on to you during our Kickoff to Savings event happening right now at Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Let's talk Ram trucks. We have over 100 of them at your fingertips. Right now, get 0% for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on select 2019 Rams. It's also Jeep Adventure Days. Lease a 2019 Grand Cherokee Laredo or a 2019 Cherokee Latitude Plus for just $199. We have over 100 Jeeps on site to take you on your next off-road adventure. So when it comes to buying your next vehicle, don't shop the rest, shop the best. Come see the Kaiser Boys and experience for yourself the best selection, the best price, and the best service and parts around. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Route 405 in Muncie or Route 11 in Danville. Fairfield for the best deals. Leases are for 36 months and 42 months, $32.99 due at signing. Offers on select vehicles only for qualified buyers only. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. Offers end September 30th. See dealer for complete details.
Fairfield, you're gonna love us. Berwick Bulldog Football, HLM.
Are you looking to meet an elder care need? Do you or a loved one need assistance with any of the instrumental or basic activities of daily living? Brookdale Senior Living has a solution. Brookdale Bloomsburg, located at 420 Schaefer Road, is a premium personal care home offering a family atmosphere along with round-the-clock nursing care. Call 570-387-6868 to learn more. Better yet, we invite you to drop in and meet the Brookdale family and learn how we can offer an optimum aging experience for you or a loved one.
Yannick Real Estate is your full-service real estate agency. Buying, selling, residential, commercial, multifamily, land, and rental management. Call Yannick Real Estate. Owner Mike Yannick, a veteran himself, served his country and has been serving this area for decades. Mike and his staff will guide you through the real estate process. Veterans, be sure to check the VA loan options. Yannick Real Estate, your full-service real estate agency. 1232 West Front Street in Berwick. Call 759-3300. Berwick Bulldog Football, HLM.
Choose with confidence. The Medicine Shop.
At the Medicine Shop Pharmacy, located at the corner of 9th and Pine Streets in Berwick, caring goes beyond the prescriptions. Discover the one-on-one customer service and dedication that makes caring part of the culture at the Medicine Shop in Berwick. Stock up on everything you need to keep you and your family healthy all year long. The Medicine Shop Pharmacy, located on the corner of 9th and Pine Streets in Berwick, where caring goes beyond the prescriptions.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, are your roofing experts for Luzerne, Columbia, and Montour counties. With 26 years of experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your decks, siding, or roofing? Specializing in metal and rubber shingles, most roofing work is done in one day. So remember the name, Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Call Red's Roofing, 752-4351. Owner Harry Titus, a proud supporter of the Berwick football team.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog Football, WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick, HLM.
anthem played by the combined Berwick District bands, grades 5 through 12, prior to the renewal of this rivalry game tonight here at Crispin Field. The Bulldogs take on the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West. Berwick won the toss, deferred to the second half, so Wyoming Valley West will get the ball first. The officiating crew for tonight's game: Harry Caskey is the referee, Carmen Spacito is the umpire, Ned Caffrey's the linesman, the line judge is Hayden White, the field judge is Tom Chipago, and the side judge is Greg Zumak. Berwick will be kicking off, and Wyoming Valley West moving from our right to our left to start this game. The Spartans will send 3 people deep, awaiting the kickoff from Eric Montez, who's been doing a good job of that department this season.
Has he ever? Kicks that hit the 10 or the 5 or even the end zone. Kicks from the left hash and tries to keep it on that side of the field. That way the 10 defenders who run down along with him can kind of pin the team into one side and narrow the lanes.
Jeremiah Williams, Nasir Garner deep, anticipating the kickoff to start this one here at Crispin Field. The second of 3 consecutive home games for the Bulldogs. Knocked off Williamsport last week. Spartans tonight, and the Seals of Selinsgrove will be in here next Friday night.
You mentioned Nasir Gardner deep, probably the most special talent on this team. He's deep on the right side, hoping to be able to field this kick. Great speed, great contributor.
Montez approaches. This one's underway, and they kick it short. Skitters along the ground, picked up by Redguard, and he is buried at the 34-yard line. Darius Redguard brought down at about the 34, so Berwick was not going long against Garner. Here's the Berwick defense, which has been outstanding. I mentioned Anthony Sisko's out for this one, so Mason Lawbaugh and Eric Montez will be at the ends. Ethan Hughes and Sullivan Slabinski the tackles. Strong safety Blaine Cleaver, weak safety Ryan Lawbaugh. Linebackers Mike Zalutko and Dallas Schechterle will check the secondary after this play. First and 10, Spartans from their 34. Out of the gun. A fire to the far side, a completion out of the 42. The ball pops free, and it will be incomplete. The hit was by Preston Robbins across the way on Nasir Garner. Robbins is at one corner for the Bulldogs. Devin Smith is at the other. Tegan Wilk is the free safety.
Big hit. They ran it out with Nasir Garner at 8 yards, and really the hit jolted the ball out of his hands.
Second down and 10. Spartans from their own 35-yard line. Ostansky fakes handoff, keeps the football, and he's buried back inside the 30-yard line.
Mason Lawbaugh, defensive end. They chose to run to their right. That's his side. Became straight up field. Quarterback was delayed. The snap was a little slow. In fact, he probably could have flagged it for an offside penalty. By the time he got it and started rolling to the right with the football, Mason Lawbaugh was putting him down. Blaine Cleaver joined in and smothering him.
Third down and 15. Spartans back at their 30-yard line. 3 receivers to left. Ostansky out of the pistol. Options to the right side, and he's buried right about the line of scrimmage. Berwick has given up minus yardage on the ground total for the season. And a good start for that big defense. And it's 4th down and 15.
Center again a little slow with the snap. By the time they start moving to the right toward Mason Lawbaugh, he has penetration and probably dropped him for about a half a yard more there.
Brendan Woods does the long snapping. Nasir Garner standing back at the 18-yard line, gets the snap and gets the kick away. Very, very short, very, very high. Takes a good roll for Wyoming Valley West, but still will only get to the Berwick 43-yard line. So the Bulldogs will take over good field position. Spartans defensively will line up with Brendan Woods and Jason Pearson at the ends. Nate Mooney at one tackle. We'll have to check that other tackle because Messersmith is not available. Outside linebackers, Dylan Nastansky and Connor Olszewski. Zach McDaniels and Jonathan Stockla, inside linebackers. The corners, Tyler Weidman and Jeremiah Williams, and Nasir Garner is the safety. First and 10. Berwick at their 42-yard line. I formation. Ryan Lawball under center. Offset I. Lopez deep in the backfield. Gets the call. Hit and dropped by McDaniels, the linebacker, right about the line of scrimmage. May have gained a yard on the play.
Strong linebacker play. It seems that the linemen were double teaming at the line of scrimmage. They drove the defensive tackles back, but the linebackers came untouched, penetrated, met it near the line of scrimmage.
68, Jason Pearson, a ninth grader, has filled in for Messersmith. A gain of 2 to the 44-yard line. Second down and 8. Slot to the right side. Give to Lopez again. Breaks one tackle behind the line of scrimmage, but can only get to the 46-yard line. Spartans doing a good job. Defensively, Nate Mooney among the people in on the play. 5'10", 270-pound senior. They mark at the 46 and pick up of 2 more. Berwick with a third down and 6.
Yeah, safety also came up, Tyler Weidman, to help with that tackle. But Berwick double-teaming the down lineman and pretty much pushing some of these undersized people way back like they're on skates.
Third down call coming. Slot to the left. Sean Sheptock wide to the left. Preston Robbins in the slot. Tegan Wilk wide to the right. Lawball out of the gun. Looking to his left. Fires a pass incomplete. Not sure who that was intended for. Cleaver the closest one there. But fourth down, and the punt team will come on for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 3 receivers on the pattern. Cleaver, the inside man from tight end, never quite finished his route. Thrown in the direction where he might have finished sort of squaring on in. But no, timing thrown off, incomplete, will force the punt.
Dylan Nastansky, Nasir Garner, deep. Sean Sheptock will do the punting for the Bulldogs, standing back at his 33-yard line. Jake Lanning does the long snapping. Good snap. Sheptock's kick is away. Very, very high. They'll let it bounce inside the 30. Takes a nice roll for the Bulldogs and rolls dead all the way down at the 17-yard line. So that's where the Spartans will put it in play for the second time in this opening period, which has 8:53 remaining, no score.
They need to catch that punt. It's in the air high enough. They need to come up. They wouldn't be able to return it, but you can fair catch it. The bounce, though, gives Berwick an additional 10, 12 yards. So that's not, they have experience back there in those two people. They've played a while. They played last year. Punt that should have been caught. They've been taking very tight splits with their line, hoping to avoid any penetration through, but then they've been running wide into the defensive end.
Out of the pistol. Nastansky has the snap. Options to the right. He is buried. Flag down the play. He was brought down back at the 12-yard line.
Mason Lawbaugh has quarterback on option, and he attacked it. He actually tackled the man sort of behind the right guard as things are coming slow. In the tackle, someone grabbed up at the face mask. The Berwick team will be penalized. Didn't look flagrant to me, but hand on the face mask will always be penalized when you do see it, and will be penalized as 15 yards. Berwick, though, is getting the penetration. They're destroying the potential blocks. Defensively played well, but a slip up as the hand comes to the mask.
First and 10 Spartans at their own 30-yard line. Nastansky out of the gun. Woods is to his right as the running back. Nastansky rolls right from the backside. Lawball hits him. The ball is loose. The scramble is on toward the sideline. I think they'll rule it out of bounds. But Ryan Lawball coming on the blitz from the backside put the big hit on Nastansky. The ball popped loose. Berwick had people in the vicinity, but the ball was moving at a rapid rate. It'll be back at the 22-yard line, a loss of 8, second down and 18.
He wanted to roll out and pass, and he's rolling away from the unblocked Ryan Lawbaugh toward Mason Lawbaugh. Ryan Lawbaugh tees off, hits him over the far tight end, knocks the ball loose. Ball was up, but not in a passing motion. Mason Lawbaugh tried desperately to recover it before it went out of bounds and just short.
Slot to the right side, wide receiver left. The officials step in and say, timeout, Wyoming Valley West. 8:31 to go in a scoreless first quarter. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLN.
SUV season is here at Kent Pollock Ford. Get back to school with plenty of cargo room and enough seating to haul all your family and friends. Don't worry about being a teacher's pet. You get to grade with $5,500 back on every 2019 Ford SUV going on now at Ken Pollock Ford. Need a little more pickup at your tailgate? Get up to $12,900 in savings off MSRP or 0% financing on America's best-selling truck, the 2019 Ford F-150. Don't be late. Offers end soon. Stop in and shop Ken Pollock Ford, Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football.
WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick.
HLM.
Wyoming Valley West with the football following their timeout. 8:31 to go in a scoreless first quarter. They have it back at their 22-yard line. They face a second down and 18.
Every bit of attack that they've tried has been toward the periphery. Nothing inside the tackles, and they have not been successful there.
Stansky out of the gun. Has the snap, back to throw, fires the quick out, incomplete, flags down on the play.
Quarterback being sacked as he's throwing the ball. There might be a holding on the inside. That's the area, and that's the preliminary signaling we're getting from referee Caskey. Berwick will decline it.
That will bring up a third down and 18. Boy, I don't envy Dylan Nastansky tonight.
He's going to take a lot of hits.
Yeah, quarterback who's doing his best, but he realizes that when it's a passing play, that pass is going to have to get off in a hurry.
They tried to do sort of a shotgun, the depth of 3 steps and throw it, and still Berwick's just bull rushing up the middle, and they're on top of him.
Third down and 18 Spartans.
Not a bad time to quick kick.
Nastansky out of the gun. Slot to the left side. Fake handoff. Rolls right. Fires. Has a completion across the way and a gain out to about the 24-yard line. Nasir Garner made the catch, but only for a 2-yard pickup. It's his 15th reception of the season. He leads the Wyoming Valley Conference, but well short of the sticks, and the punt team will come on for Wyoming Valley West.
He has 15 of the team's 18 receptions now, Jim, so they really do target him. He was on the left side. A lot of people came in motion across the field. He was one. Then the flow came his way with the quarterback roll and the throw to him.
Garner back to do the punting, standing back at his 11-yard line. Snap from Woods is there. The kick is away. Fair catch call by Tegan Wilk at the Berwick 49-yard line. So the Bulldogs in good field position with 7:41 remaining in this opening quarter, and no score in the game.
Good football. We mentioned it. Wyoming Valley West should have caught their punt, came up, fair catch it, and avoid a 12-yard bounce. Here Tegan Wilk demonstrates proper football. I'm sure he's thirsting for a return there, but it's up short. You got to come up. Coverage is going to be on you. You can't risk that fumble. Fair catch it. Take the good field position.
Ball at the Berwick 48-yard line. Dallas Schechterly is a tight end to the right side. Preston Robbins splits wide to the right. I formation. Montez, the fullback, ahead of Alejandro Pena. Fake to Pena. Long ball back to throw. Fires to the tight end. Makes a juggling catch. Montez inside the 40-yard line. Still on his feet to the 37-yard line. What a terrific catch. One-handed by Eric Montez.
Thrown a little bit behind him and low, but he slowed himself down on that little banana route out of the backfield. And added up, Jim, he had 2 catches averaging 15 yards each. That's in that range.
Exactly 15 on the completion. Lawbaugh to Montez. First and 10 Berwick at the Wyoming Valley West 37-yard line.
Real nice play. Easy throw for Lawbaugh. Sure hands out of that fullback, Eric Montez. Known better for his defensive prowess.
Slot to the left side. Schechterly, the tight end on the right. Lawbaugh again under center. Gives the ball to Lopez. Tries the left side. Has run room to the 35, to the 30. Cuts it inside to the 25-yard line. First and 10 near the 24.
The call was counter trade. The big backs pulled from the right side to the left. They kicked out. Nice patient running at first by Alejandro Lopez. And then when he broke to that linebacker level, he used his speed to extend that run.
12 yards on the carry. First and 10. Berwick threatening at the Wyoming Valley West 25-yard line.
2 chunk plays in a row.
Sean Sheptock wide to the left. Tegan Wilk wide right. Offset eye now behind the quarterback Ryan Lawbaugh. toss sweep right side. Lopez to the 25, cuts it inside to the 20, still on his feet down near the 13-yard line.
Benefiting from outstanding blocking on the right side. As you watch it from up above, the blue jerseys are pushing the white jerseys back. It's basically a sweep type of action. Pitch him the ball, follow where the blocks take him. A little bit of a spread, a zone, depends what you want to call it. Berwick on the move.
12 more for Lopez to the 13-yard line. He again is the tailback in the I formation. Montez ahead of him. 1st and 10, Berwick from the 13. Lopez gets the call. This time the Spartans are onto it. He'll get a yard, maybe 2 straight ahead.
And that time not all the blocking was on. Missed assignment on that side at the point of attack. He'll get a tough yard on it. Berwick strengthened its offensive line, Jim. They've gone back to some of the people who played there that they wanted to go with one way, but Nate Zaluko and Noah Craig on the right side, Aaron Cashman, Jake Lanning on the left.
No, check that. Sully
Slavinsky on the left, who played there last year, and Nick Heimbaugh.
2nd and 8. Berwick at the 12. Wide receiver to either side. Law ball, fakes, fires over the middle, has his man for a touchdown, Dallas Schecterly. 3 for 3 on the season for the tight end. 3 receptions, 3 touchdowns. Berwick's on the board.
Unbelievable. We saw Andrew Forrest with every time he caught the ball one season. It seemed to be a touchdown. Now it's Dallas Schecterly's turn. Another guy known better for his defensive performance as a linebacker and a blocking tight end when they need him. A little bit of a release from the left side. Linebacker tries to chase him, but he has to step down the middle.
Now the extra point attempt by Brendan Hinkle is 8 for 10 on the season. This kick is up, and this kick is good. Time on the field, 5:25 to go opening quarter. Berwick 7, Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio HLM.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
On their second possession of the game, Berwick goes 5 plays, 52 yards. The touchdown, a 12-yard touchdown pass, Ryan Lawbaugh to tight end Dallas Schecterly. Eric Montez with a big catch along the way, and Alejandro Lopez with 2 carries of 12 yards each as Montez's kick is high and deep, and it's muffed momentarily, but then picked up. And the return by Jeremiah Williams is over the 20 to about the 22-yard line.
Ryan Myers getting on down there first as Williams tried to plant and cut. Slips down as Myers gets to him for the tackle.
Good-looking drive by Berwick on that second possession.
Nice chunk plays, Jim, and, you know, the key word, you mentioned it, that the focus had to be on finish. Finish with scores, finish in the red zone. So it was nice to see the drive get down there, but then to finish and put the points on the board was big.
Spartans with the football. 1st and 10, their own 22-yard line. They move from our right to our left in this opening quarter. Red guard goes in motion from a wing position. The call goes straight ahead and nothing doing. Maybe a yard or 2 on the play. And against this Berwick defense this season, that's considered a big plus. Brendan Woods got the carry.
First time they've tried the middle, anything inside the tackle. They tried it with a little deceptive half-moon motion, tried to get people's eyes elsewhere. Sometimes quick hitters slide through, but nothing there opening for Brendan Wood. We're going to have a stoppage as a Valley West player is down, Jim.
Boy, if that's a lineman.
Or a quarterback.
You're really in trouble.
Or anywhere, really.
No, Stansky is there. He's walking toward the sideline, so it's definitely not the quarterback. As the gain by Woods was 2 yards to the 24-yard line. 4:56 to go in this scoreless first quarter. Berwick with the lead at 7-0. You're listening to Berwick Football on Sports Radio HLM.
How does free and easy checking with no baggage sound? Well, there is a little baggage. The free rolling duffel bag you get when you sign up for free and easy checking with First Columbia Bank. Not only will you get a checking account with no monthly fees and free online and mobile banking, First Columbia will also buy back your unused checks and debit cards from your old bank. Plus, for a limited time, you will receive a free Travelers Club rolling duffel bag when you open a checking account or refer a friend to us. First Columbia Bank, with you every step of the way. Restrictions and data rates may apply.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Injured player up and around for Wyoming Valley West is Jason Pearson. He's a 6'1", 175-pound freshman who's been forced into action because of a number of injuries to veterans along that offensive front.
Forced into two-way action. He was playing right defensive end as a freshman. And in this game, they've slid him in as left tackle.
He is on his feet, walking to the sidelines. We may see him again as Wyoming Valley West faces second down and 8 from their own 24-yard line. Tight formation, wing to either side. Red guard goes in motion from a wing, takes the handoff, and he is buried. Will not get to the line of scrimmage.
Zalitko from a linebacker position, crashing on toward the movement. And you're right, meets him at the line of scrimmage, drives him back.
They mark it back to the 21-yard line. Loss of 3, third down and 11. Spartans at their 21. Nasir Garner is on a wing to the left as Nastansky looks to the sideline for the play call. Woods, the protector, to his right. Nastansky fires the quick one, has Garner. Garner trying to reverse his field, and he'll lose yardage back to the 13-yard line. Eric Montez was waiting.
He's the backside defensive end, so he's chasing the play. Quarterback gets rid of the ball, and he sees that the pass at the line of scrimmage to his far right has the receiver changing direction, trying to go back behind the line, bubble it back. He squares up at the depth of the quarterback at about 5 yards, chases the man back, and spins him to the ground.
And if Montez doesn't play that correctly, it might be a big game.
Yeah.
When he reversed his field, he had a lot of room to this side, but unfortunately for him, Montez was there. And now Garner will punt it away from deep in his own territory. Bounces high at the 45. Over the shoulder grab by Wilk. Then he gives the ball off to Beretta, and Beretta is buried about the 48-yard line. Connor Olszewski down to make the play for the Spartans. But again, Berwick in good field position, this time at their 49-yard line with 3:15 to go in this opening quarter, and the Bulldogs leading 7-0.
Pretty slick ball maneuvering there. First, it's a bouncing punt, and Tegan Wilk says, hey, I have the hands for this. Catches it and starts to his left, and then the short pitch to Beretta, kind of imitating the reverse action where it was Beretta to Wilk last week from the line of scrimmage that went for a touchdown.
Slot to the left side for the Bulldogs. I formation. Montez is the fullback ahead of Alejandro Lopez. Wyoming Valley West jumps across 5 yards the easy way for Berwick.
Defensive tackle, didn't have the patience, bit on the count, jumped across. That's Mark Riskevich. Don't think we're expecting to see him on the defensive side of things, but with the injury to Jason Pearson, the freshman, someone has to take that spot.
So Berwick at 1st and 5. The Bulldogs at the Spartan 46-yard line. Sean Sheptock wide left. Tegan Wilk wide right. Law ball under center. Has the snap, play action, back to throw. Looking long to Sheptock. Just beyond his reach at the 15-yard line. Tyler Weidman on the coverage for Wyoming Valley West.
Not bad, but Sheptock still got the step inside on the post pattern. Ball went a little bit the other direction, and neither person could sort of turn and get their hands toward it. But a dangerous-looking play, one that you can afford after the 5-yard penalty as you're approaching the end zone.
2nd and 5, Bulldogs at the Spartan 46-yard line. Slot to the left side. Peyton Williams in the game as a wide receiver. Far to the left. Robbins in the slot. Lopez. Deep in the backfield. Lawbaugh started to pull away from center. Did not have the football. Illegal procedure against Berwick.
Yeah, it wasn't herky-jerky, but I think he was expecting the football to come. And if he was the only one that moved, you might be able to get away with it. But I think the fullback flinched as he saw the quarterback go as well, putting two men in motion at the same time.
The ball now back at the Berwick 49-yard line. Second down and 10 Bulldogs. Sheptock back in there, wide to the left. Preston Robbins in a slot to that side. Lawbaugh. Zone read, keeps the football, has running room to the 45, the 40, and dives near the 37-yard line. Ryan Lawbaugh, who ran that so effectively against Williamsport last Friday, first carry tonight, and it pays off. 13 yards on the carry, first down at the Spartan 38.
Yeah, I think after the me-bat on the offside by the quarterback, you wanted to atone for it. So on that zone read, a good fake as if Alejandro Lopez is going to go left, pull it out, turn it up inside of that, and get the chains.
Blaine Cleaver is in the lineup for the Bulldogs. He's one of three receivers to the left as Lawbaugh takes the snap, play action. He's back to throw, and he's looking long, and the ball holds up, and Wilkes has to come down and makes the catch and goes in for a touchdown. Keegan Wilkes comes back on an underthrown pass and just up over the defender, makes a terrific grab, gets it for the score, 38 yards.
He's on the right side, and he's flying. Jeremiah Williams is staying with him, has pretty good inside position, and looks to be in position as they both turn at the goal line to jump for the ball to take it away. But Tegan Wilk goes over the top. The ball is bobbled momentarily, but stays near helmet level. Williams goes down. Tegan Wilk stays up, chests that ball on the bobble, and backs it into the end zone.
Brendan Hinkle with the extra point out of the hold of Tegan Wilk. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out on the field. 2:30 to go, opening quarter. Berwick 14, Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
When you need the services of a professional law firm, you need the law offices of Lutz & Petty at 916 West Front Street in Berwick. Lutz & Petty is your hometown choice for elder law and asset protection, criminal law, estate planning, real estate, and personal injury. The full-service legal team of Lutz & Petty takes this opportunity to wish the Berwick Bulldogs a successful and injury-free season. Call them at 570-218-4888. The law offices of Lutz & Petty, protecting you. Go Dogs!
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
What a terrific athletic play by Tegan Wilk. On an underthrown long pass, he comes back on it, goes up over a defender, makes the grab, and gets in for the touchdown. 14-0 Berwick as Eric Montez kicks off. Deep, and Jeremiah Williams at the 10-yard line. Muffed the football, picked it up. Now he's in trouble, trying to get outside left. And flags fly as he gets out to about the 20-yard line. This one will be coming back, blocking the back, coming up against Wyoming Valley West.
Yeah, Darius Redguard just pretty much gave a shove to a man in the back that Williams was actually kind of going to get past. Williams struggling. He was beaten by Tegan Wilk on the touchdown on a great play by Wilk. He actually had pretty good coverage. Now we see Williams sort of limping off the field after that return. But here, muffs the punt, picks it up late. I think makes a tough decision to try to reverse his field, but he showed speed, but the clip takes any chance of a return away.
It'll take it back to the 7-yard line. That's where the Spartans will have it with 2:21 to go in this opening quarter. And Berwick leading by a score of 14-0.
Most of these drives have gone backwards. If it does again, it'll result in a safety.
Nastansky has the snap. Back to throw. He has some time. He fires a bullet pass into coverage, and it's intercepted in return for a touchdown by Dallas Schechterly. Schechterly makes the grab. Berwick extends the lead.
Everything he catches turns into 6 points. On the year, he had 2 touchdown receptions and 2 attempts. Here he has a touchdown reception, and now, at this moment, steps in front of a slanting wide receiver, catches it, and takes Works it on in for the score. Interception, touchdown for Dallas Schechterle.
And Nastansky threw it into a crowd. It was one of the few times this game that he's really had time to throw, but right into the chest of Dallas Schechterle. He returns it for the score. Brendan Hinkle now will attempt the extra point. 2 for 2 in this game. 10 for 12 on the season for the sophomore. Jake Lanning does the snapping for the Bulldogs. Good snap. Hold by Wilk. Kick is up. Kick is good. Top of the field. 2:14 to go opening quarter. Berwick 21. Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Summer is winding down, but Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg has no intentions of slowing down. Right now, get 22% off MSRP on select GMC Sierras in stock. Get 20% off on select Buicks and 0% APR on select Buicks and GMCs. And of course, get the Blaze Alexander lowest price guaranteed. Check us out at AlexanderFamilyBuickGMC.com or stop and shop in Bloomsburg. Alexander Family Buick GMC. We're taking the deals the other guys won't.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
2:14 to go in the opening quarter. Berwick building a 21-0 lead. Couple of touchdowns by Dallas Schechterle, including an interception return for the linebacker. That's the latest Bulldog score. Montez's kick will be fielded by Garner. It won't be. It goes through his legs. It goes through his hands. He's all the way back at the 1-yard line and reverses field. The 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35. It gets over the 40 to the 43-yard line. So Nasir Garner muffed that kick twice and then redeems himself with a terrific return.
Berwick stayed in their lanes all the way down the field. Problem is he outran them to the outside. Muffs it, boots it. He's almost in the end zone with it, but a point where he can't, go for the touchback himself. He has to bring it out since he put it in. So he works his way, uses the speed on the sideline, and Eric Montez, the kicker, along with Peyton Williams, eventually work him out of bounds.
1st and 10. Spartans at their own 43-yard line. Slot to the left. Salem Diop wide to the right. Nastansky awaits the shotgun snap. He has it, fires a quick out, has Diop. Diop surrounded by Bulldogs and is brought down. Maybe got to the line of scrimmage.
Ryan Lawbaugh's there. Tegan Wilk is there. The corner, not as quick as those two to the ball. Salem Diop at 6'4", gets his first catch of the year and gets no yards on it.
2nd down and 10. Wyoming Valley West at their own 43-yard line. Tyler Weidman is wide to the left side. Now Nasir Garner in a slot to that side. Nastansky awaits the shotgun snap. He has it. Flags fly. Fires a pass. Diop makes a juggling catch over the 45 at the 47. We'll check the flag.
Somebody offsides, Jim. I've been mentioning this center snap's been dragging and coming a little slow. If a lineman from Valley West is, going on the sound, they can beat that snap, and that seems to be the case. So wipe out that nice catch by Diop. Would have been the longest for his team at 3 or 4 yards. But Berwick will accept the 5-yard penalty.
2nd and 15 for Wyoming Valley West, back at their 38-yard line. Again, playing this season with Jack Baranski, 10 years as an assistant coach. And Pat Keating stepping down in June, which puts a coach at a little bit of a disadvantage the way the game is played today, especially in the off season. And then the Spartans go through all those injuries after opening up with that win over Scranton.
Job change situation, though, made it to where he couldn't continue coaching, Jim, and he didn't want to put the team in that position, but kind of forced to.
2nd down call coming. Long count.
Again.
And flags down.
Again, the snapper is late. The whole right side was off 2-3 steps before the snap came back. So a struggle for Aiden Golightly, has been doing the snapping. I've been seeing it earlier, and they weren't flagged for it. But now it's even more obvious that, everyone's moving but that ball coming back from the snapper. 10 yards and penalties over the last 2 attempted snaps.
51 seconds remaining in the opening quarter. Wyoming Valley West, second down and 20 at their own 33-yard line. And referee Harry Caskey steps into that offensive front for the Spartans to check on something.
I think the players ask some questions like, what are we doing wrong? And well, you might say, hey, the ball's not getting out of there quick enough before the team moves.
Stansky has the snap, rolls to his right, fires a quick pass, completion, but Antonio Barada is all over Garner after a short gain on the play. They'll pick up about 4 to the 37-yard line. Third down and 16.
They looked like they're going to run down the line option, but the quarterback pulls the ball back and sails a quick slant to Nasir Gardner. So taking advantage of some of Berwick's aggressiveness by passing off of the run look. Nice catch by Garner, but when you're at 2nd and 20, you need more than 2 or 3 yards.
And that catch will be the final play of this opening quarter with the score, Berwick 21, Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Riverview Block of Berwick, with over 75 years of service, can handle all your block and concrete needs. They carry all sizes of concrete block, including decorative E.P. Henry landscaping block. Their concrete is PennDOT approved and delivered with front discharge trucks. Riverview Block also carries masonry supplies, tools, cement, sand, and stone. For prompt delivery, call Riverview Block, 570-752-7191. Riverview Block is proud to support the Berwick Bulldogs.
Berwick Bulldog football.
Take a look at the HLM football scoreboard this evening. Southern Columbia well on the way to setting a state record, already up 35-0 over Shamokin just starting the second. Still in the first, Loyal Sock leads Bloomsburg 14-7. Central Columbia leads Hughesville 7-0 in the first. I'm Ben Willis, HLM Sports.
Berwick Bulldog football, HLM.
One quarter in the books here at Crespin Field as we kick off weekend number 4 of the high school football season. Berwick dominating Wyoming Valley West to the tune of 21-0. We'll start this second quarter with the Spartans in possession. They have it at their own 38-yard line. They move from our left to our right in this period, and they face a third down and 16.
We begin the second quarter, Valley West.
Looking to see if that freshman has rejoined the offensive line. And yes, we do see Jason Pearson out there at left tackle again.
As the third and long. Back to throw is Pearson, a ninth grader, and a great catch by Diop. A one-handed catch back at the 36-yard line. Ryan Myers, a sophomore, inserted at quarterback. He throws a pass, and the lanky 6'4" Salem Diop makes as good a catch as you'll see. Absolutely one-handed to the Berwick 34-yard line for a first down.
Peyton Williams had the coverage. It was very, very good coverage. But when you can extend that arm almost as you're falling, pull it on into your chest, there's just nothing a defender can do.
29 yards on the completion. Ryan Myers to Salem Diop. Now Myers under center. Fakes handoff, keeps the football. Ryan Lawball wraps him up. Not before he picks up 4 to the 30-yard line.
Sometimes a play like that can give the team a little bit of momentum. Nice restart with the new set of downs.
And now it's Nastansky back in there at the quarterback controls as the ball at the 30-yard line. The second down coming. So Myers goes out of there after the gain by him of 4 yards. And now a low snap. Nastansky has some running room, though, off the left side momentarily, and then Zalutko comes in hard from his linebacker position and makes the hit. The 28, maybe the 27-yard line. Third down coming for Wyoming Valley West.
One that they really need to convert, short yardage situation, but it's a very light line. They're heel to heel, looking like they want to push it ahead. Watch quarterback sneak, use the cadence.
Third down and 3. Nastansky will be under center. Brendan Woods behind him.
Wing on each side.
Zach Daniels to the right. Daniels comes in motion. takes the pitch, tries to get outside left. He won't get there. Tegan Wilk knocks the ball free. Scramble is on at the 32-yard line. And Wyoming Valley West able to get on it. So Wilk not only makes a terrific play in stopping it, but he also strips the ball free. The Spartans are able to get on it. A loss back to the 32-yard line. 4th down and about 8.
Yeah, they had 3rd and 1. You thought they were going to push it ahead. Instead, they go with a sort of a jet sweep action. And Tegan Wilkes smelling it, sensing it, chases it down. Great speed, rips the ball loose as he's making the tackle, and sets up a 4th and very long at about 9.
Slot to the right side. After a shift, Stockless, the tight end on the right, flags too much time.
That situation gets worse. They were up there at 3rd and 1, but they know they don't have the heft to just power it ahead. Tried a bit of a gimmick play in the jet sweep, and they've been struggling with these 5-yard penalties, with not getting the snaps off on time or ahead of the rest of the players, or ahead of the snap, and now they suffer another one.
4th down and 13 for Wyoming Valley West.
You can go high risk on 4th down, throw it out. If it's intercepted, no big deal. You just got to make the tackle.
Nastansky out of the gun. As the snap, rolls right, cocks the arm, fires long, downfield into traffic. The ball is intercepted by Preston Robbins down at the 7-yard line.
Second interception for Berwick, but that one would have been better to have just been knocked away. He only needs 1 foot in bounds where he does catch it. Incomplete would have brought it back to the line of scrimmage about 30 yards upfield. But the instinct is to go for the ball, try to tap that foot on down. I didn't think he was in bounds, but that's where Berwick will start after that second turnover.
Robbins with the second interception for him on the season. Second for the Bulldogs in this game. And Berwick at their own 7-yard line with 9:08 remaining in the opening half. And the Bulldogs leading this one by a score of 21-0.
They have time to be deliberate. 25-second clock just started now after the turnover as Berwick comes from the sideline right to the football.
Quarterback keeper straight ahead. Good push for Ryan Lawball. Gets over the 10 to about the 12-yard line.
Berwick probably could go with a number of plays, but in the book, when you're backed up toward your own end zone, the quarterback sneaks straight ahead to give yourself a little bit more breathing room is a smart call. Sort of a teaching thing here in football. I think that's why they went with that quarterback sneak.
They mark it at the 11, so a 4-yard pickup. 2nd down and 6. Sean Sheptock wide to the right side. Tegan Wilk in a slot to that side. Now Montez in there as the fullback. The call goes to the tailback, Lopez, and he is brought down right about the line of scrimmage. Zach Daniels hitting very, very quickly straight ahead.
Blaine Cleaver's taken over at quarterback, Jim. I'm not sure if he was the man who had that sneak, but he took this last snap. Interesting to see him. Very physical. It might have been good with the quarterback sneak to let him do that.
If I'm Blaine, I'm saying, thanks, Coach. We take over at the 7, and you give me the ball. But Berwick will use the timeout now. Exactly 8 minutes remaining in the first half. 21-0 is the Berwick lead. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio, HLN.
Are you looking to meet an elder care need? Do you or a loved one need assistance with any of the instrumental or basic activities of daily living? Brookdale Senior Living has a solution. Brookdale Bloomsburg, located at 420 Schaefer Road, is a premium personal care home offering a family atmosphere along with round-the-clock nursing care. Call 570-387-6868 to learn more. Better yet, we invite you to drop in and meet the Brookdale family and learn how we can offer an optimum aging experience for you or a loved one.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog Football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Jim Noel and Andy Lickney from Crespin Field in Berwick. Exactly 8 minutes to go in the first half. A half dominated by Berwick. They lead Wyoming Valley West 21-0. Bulldogs, following their timeout, have the ball with a 3rd down and 6 at their own 11-yard line. Blaine Cleaver has the shotgun snap. He's going to keep the football and run to the left side, runs over a would-be tackler, gets close to the first down.
He's physical, Jim. As a linebacker, no one's more physical than I've seen at the high school level. As a quarterback, he's going to run that zone read, takes it to the outside. Nana has an attempt to tackle him. He drops the shoulder, gets to the chains, and they're going to move the chains.
They mark it at the 17-yard line, so it is a 6-yard pickup for Blaine Cleaver from the quarterback position. Coming into this game, 4 carries, 71 yards. He had a 36-yard touchdown run at Pittston area.
4 of 6 passing for 34 yards with a touchdown pass.
Slot to the left, slot to the right. Cleaver gives the ball to Lopez, and he is brought down right about the line of scrimmage as Zach McDaniels, very, very active linebacker. Jonathan Stocklow there as well for Wyoming Valley West.
They get good linebacker play. Those guys able to avoid blocks, see the lanes where the runners want to go. That time they knock Alejandro Lopez back.
Loss of a yard to the 16-yard line. 2nd down and 11 for the Bulldogs. Tegan Wilk wide to the left. Sean Sheptock wide to the right with Preston Robbins in a slot to that side. Cleaver fakes handoff, keeps the football, and he is going to be buried for another loss back to the 13-yard line.
Brendan Wood with the penetration that time from his defensive end position. Shoots a gap. The zone read forces you to pause with the mesh right behind the center. And with that pause, if anything gets penetration, whether it's a linebacker or in this case the defensive end, Brendan Woods, you're pretty much dead. You're flat foot.
3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs back at their 14-yard line. Clock running, 6.5 minutes to go in this opening half. Berwick trying to stay unbeaten, leading Wyoming Valley West by a score of 21-0. Slot left, slot right. Cleaver out of the gun, has the snap. Back to throw, looking long over the middle to Robbins, makes the catch at the 35, out to the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 Berwick. Beautiful touch, playing Cleaver to Preston Robbins.
Put it up over the top of the linebackers and avoided the safety. Quick eyeball, I saw 22 yards on it as he floats it up over nice, and a beautiful catch by number 11, Preston Robbins. His first catch of the year.
27 yards on the reception, 1st and 10 Berwick at their own 41-yard line. Robbins missed the first game with an injury, but good two-way player for this team. He's in the slot to the left now. Antonio Barada outside of him. There's also a slot to the right. Cleaver out of the gun, has the snap. Fakes to Lopez, keeps the football over the 40 to the 45, dragging tacklers, running over tacklers, still on his feet to the 34-yard line of Wyoming Valley West. Running like a fullback, quarterback Blaine Cleaver with a big gain.
Yeah, try to stop me. Man had him by the jersey in the backfield at the mesh point. He just ran out of it like I'm going to snap your fingers. Then a man tried to tackle him 5 yards into the run. He just shrugged him off. Then at the chains, a man tried to front him, had him fronted. He dropped the shoulder. Another man grabbed him from behind, and he just kept on going, kept on going.
25 yards on the carry. 1st and 10 Berwick. At the Spartans' 34-yard line. Lopez gets the call, tries the right side. Spartans are all over it. Wait, Zach McDaniels is a very, very active defender for this team. Inside linebacker, 5'10", 190-pound senior, in on that play.
But on Berwick's end, someone has to make the block and cut him off. He's getting to too many plays, and he's getting there when the mesh point is there. He's getting the penetration in the line of scrimmage. I don't believe you would let that man free. If so, look at some ways to take advantage of overactive linebackers, like sliding the tight end behind them.
2nd and 11, Berwick at the Spartan 35. Peyton Williams in as a wide receiver to the right. Robbins to the left. Under center's Cleaver's going to option down the right side. He'll keep the football, and he'll pay for it. He'll lose a couple yards. Spartans play that very well.
It's that linebacker, Zach McDaniels, once again coming down the line. The defensive end slowed the play down for him, and then he just runs through the quarterback, was a little indecisive whether he should pitch or not. Play blown up by the defense, better not risk the pitch.
So back-to-back 1-yard losses for the Bulldogs, who face a 3rd down and 12 at the Wyoming Valley West 36-yard line.
Ball in the middle of the field. You'll have two receivers on each side and one back to block for him.
Cleaver out of the gun. Has the snap. Back to throw. Dumps a screen and over the head of Lopez. Here at the 38-yard line, Brendan Woods on the coverage for the Spartans.
Yeah, the defensive end, Brendan Woods, was able to read the screen. So instead of pursuing the quarterback, he broke off the rush, located the man who was going to catch the ball, had him by the waist, and didn't let him get to the football.
4th down and 12. Berwick at the 36. The Bulldogs will talk it over. 3:52 to go. First half, 21-0. Bulldogs, you're listening to Berwick Football on Sports Radio HLM.
Welsh's Towing and Repair proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs and wishes them a successful year. Welsh's Towing and Repair has a long tradition of helping. You can call Welsh's 24/7 at 759-9737 if you are in need of a tow, jumpstart, tire change, are locked out, or to request them on scene if you're in an accident. Welsh's accepts all major insurance and motor clubs, and they offer all types of preventive maintenance and state inspections for cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Welsh's Towing and Repair, South Mercer Street in Berwick, and at their South Center Storage Facility, Columbia Boulevard in Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
During the timeout, Berwick figures that discretion is the better part of valor. So 4th and 12 from the Wyoming Valley West 36. They're going to punt it away. Sean Sheptock kicks it. No one deep for the Spartans. What a beautiful kick by Sheptock. Goes out of bounds on the far side. Looks like it's inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, binoculars, I saw it bounce right there at the 5 and cross out of bounds before the 4. John Sheptock's punting has been really outstanding over the course of the year. You look at him as an athlete and you don't think, well, pure punter. But I think he can make it just on his punting alone. Back, though, he's pushing 6'4", a strapping type of physique to him, over 200 pounds. Has the quickness to play just cornerback and wide receiver. He's quite a talent.
They're marking it at the 6-yard line. That's where the Spartans will put it in play. With Berwick leading 21-0, 3:45 remaining in this opening half. Nastansky under center. Gives straight ahead to Woods, and he's brought down short of the 10-yard line at the 8.
Keegan Wilk knew they were going to run. Nastansky faked it and then kept it one hole over going to the right side. And Keegan Wilk hit harder than any linebacker could hit. He'll get a yard out of it, but he's going to be soaking in Epsom salts after this game on those type of hits.
They marked the ball at the 8. 2 yards on the carry. 2nd down and 8 for the Spartans. They look to the sideline for the play call. Under center is Nastansky. Gives the ball to McDaniels, and he's wrapped up by Dallas Schechterly. McDaniels getting over the 10 to the 11. He'll pick up about 3 on the play. And Berwick will use their final timeout. 2:53 to go in the half. Bulldogs lead at 21-0. You're listening to Berwick Football on Sports Radio HLM.
Yannick Real Estate is your full-service real estate agency. Buying, selling, residential, commercial, multifamily, land, and rental management. Call Yannick Real Estate. Owner Mike Yannick, a veteran himself, served his country and has been serving this area for decades. Mike and his staff will guide you through the real estate process. Veterans, be sure to check the VA loan options. Yannick Real Estate, your full-service real estate agency. 1232 West Front Street in Berwick. Call 759-3300.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Berwick has used its final timeout of this opening half. Wyoming Valley West back at their own 11-yard line, facing a 3rd down and 4. Of course, Bulldogs hoping to get a stop here and get good field position. Maybe tack on another score before the end of this half.
Yeah, plenty of time despite not having the timeouts. You'd like to run to keep the clock going, but you want to make the change. They're about 4 or 5 yards away.
Nastansky under center, long count, trying to draw Berwick across. And the Spartans will use a timeout. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, I thought they might. A smart situation. It was a little less than 5 yards to get the chains. Their offense has been struggling to do much. They've had some fortunate runs getting it out to where they are now. But Berwick's been tough against the run. So try to bark them off sides. If you do pass, you're going to stop the clock if it's incomplete.
Stay with us at halftime. Ben Willis will bring you updated on the high school football scoreboard. See how those Seals of Selinsgrove are doing tonight. They'll be here next Friday evening. They have their big rivalry game tonight in Sunbury against the Braves of Shikellamy. As Wyoming Valley West facing a 3rd down and 4 at their own 11-yard line.
Ball leaning toward the left hash. Wide side of the field would be to the right. They like rolling their quarterback in that direction.
3rd down and 4.
Red guard is on a wing to the right. McDaniels to the left. Nastansky out of the gun. 3rd down call, low snap, keeps the football, tries the left side, will not get to the sticks. So Berwick makes the stop that they wanted to get. Clock will run, no timeouts remaining. 2:40 and counting. 4th down for the Spartans. 4th and a yard from their own 15.
They're not bringing the punter out either. Ryan Lawbaugh in there. Dallas Schechterly tripping him up. He got some yardage, but they still need about half a yard. Will they go for it?
They have some time to think about it. They've got 1 timeout remaining.
Looks like they're going to take it.
And we'll take one as well, as we have 2:10 remaining. Well, let's hold.
I think they're going to run the clock down as far as they can and now take the timeout.
2:05 to go in the half. 21-0 Berwick. You're listening to Bulldogs Football on Sports Radio, HLM.
If you have a child that's interested in gymnastics, or if you've been practicing the sport for years, then Access Gymnastics Academy is where you want to be. Their dedicated coaches will teach you everything you need to know to perform your best, from the basics of flexibility, form, and style, to advanced techniques that will improve your rhythm and style during a routine. Call Heidi Rebuck at Access Gymnastics Academy at 570-441-5969. That's 570-441-5969. Now enrolling for beginner to advanced classes at 917 East 7th Street in Bloomsburg.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco.
WBWX Berwick, HLM.
Spartans let that clock wind down. 2:05 to go in the half. Now they've decided they're going to punt the football. Nasir Garner standing back at his own 3-yard line. Brendan Woods does the long snapping. Tegan Wilk back in single safety. Snap is a good one. The kick is away. Very short, very, very high. And a good bounce where Berwick is concerned. It'll be down by Woods near the Spartans' 32-yard line. So Berwick, no timeouts left, but 1:56 still remaining in the half. And the Bulldogs in great shape and leading this one 21-0.
Tegan Wilk realized there's no way he can come up that far for the fair catch, but you can see him yelling to his teammates to clear out, clear out. Be aware where the ball is. Don't let it hit you in the helmet coming down. Don't let it bounce into you on the hip. And good play there, showing some leadership.
So see what the Bulldogs come up with from the Wyoming Valley West 32-yard line. Ryan Lawbaugh returns as the quarterback. Slot to the right side. Tegan Wilk wide left. Blaine Cleaver's a tight end on the left. From the Spartan 32-yard line, here comes Robbins in motion right to left. Back to throw, and a good pass to Cleaver, and Cleaver just tripped up at the 11-yard line. Ryan Lawbaugh on target to Blaine Cleaver.
You saw Cleaver at quarterback using his physicality. This time he's the tight end with 3 other people wide. He just releases down the middle. Lawbaugh hits him perfectly at shoulder pad height. He makes the catch and rumbles.
20 yards on the reception. Berwick 1st and 10 at the Wyoming Valley West 12-yard line. Clock running, 1:40 to go in this half. Tegan Wilk wide to the right. Sean Sheptock wide left. Robbins in a slot to that side. And here comes Wilk in motion. The fake handoff to him. Ryan Lawbaugh has it inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. Lawbaugh straight ahead from 12 yards out.
Zone read to the left. He rides Lopez out there. He looks what he can do. Pulls it out. Heads straight ahead up his lane. Dylan Nastansky, his quarterback counterpart for the opposition, met him around collision and got into the end zone.
And now on to attempt the extra point. Brendan Hinkle been perfect so far tonight. Jake Lanning does the snapping. Tegan Wilk the hold. Placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Time on the field. 1:22 remaining. Opening half. Berwick 28. Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
SUV season is here at Ken Pollock Ford. Get back to school with plenty of cargo room and enough seating to haul all your family and friends. Don't worry about being a teacher's pet. You get to grade with $5,500 back on every 2019 Ford SUV going on now at Ken Pollock Ford. Need a little more pickup at your tailgate? Get up to $12,900 in savings off MSRP or 0% financing on America's best-selling truck, the 2019 Ford F-150. Don't be late. Offers end soon. Stop in and shop Ken Pollock Ford, Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Brian Lawbaugh, the quarterback keeper, in from 12 yards out. Berwick extends their lead over Wyoming Valley West at 28-0. 1:22 remaining in this opening half.
You kick this one deep, Jimmy.
Well, they've been covering well. They could.
Might want to work with it.
And they do go deep to the far side to Redguard at the 15-yard line to the 20. Darius Redguard to the 25 to the 30. Turns the corner. Nice return by him over the 40 before he's forced out of bounds.
Yep. Number 13, Shane Levan, coming up with the tackle on that far side. Talented return man.
Second good kick return by the Spartans. They are out of timeouts as they have the football. They're marking it at their 39-yard line. With a 1st and 10. Tough stretch for Wyoming Valley West. Berwick tonight and then Dallas at home next week. From the 39, we'll see if they'll just run this clock out or try something.
Gave the Pippa in a defensive tackle.
I formation, the ball is fumbled. The scramble is on at the 34-yard line. And it looks like Wyoming Valley West able to keep the football as we were going to go under a minute remaining in this opening half.
Mason Lawbaugh again with penetration, creating problems. Valley West will keep the football, but a loss of, well, we'll see where they spot it.
6 back to the 33-yard line. Second down and 16.
16 from the 33-yard line.
They may decide to kneel on this one right now.
They might. Still going to have to kill another play after that, but they're going to let the clock run.
As they protect Nastansky, who goes down on the knee. And that will do it for the first half of play. At the break, it is Berwick 28, Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Northeast Pennsylvania, it's your home. And no matter what stage of life you find yourself in, what you rely on most is security. When that house becomes a home, the moment you get that new car, when your dreams become a reality, it's times like this when you have to look to the experts for advice and financial peace of mind. They're there with innovative products and services to help you with your financial future every step of the way. Together, they will help dreams and goals become reality. They are more than a bank. They're your neighbor. They are First Keystone Community Bank. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
At Traditional Home Healthcare, their beliefs make all the difference. You have the right to choose the highest level of healthcare in your own home, from pediatrics to seniors, as well as non-skilled home care services like meal prep, housekeeping, and companionship. They'll work with you every step of the way to create a care plan for your loved one, because Traditional is more than a home healthcare agency. They're your extended family when family can't be there. Visit TraditionalHomeHealthcare.com today.
Berwick Bulldog football. HLM.
We're passing the savings on to you during our Kickoff to Savings event happening right now at Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Let's talk Ram trucks. We have over 100 of them at your fingertips. Right now, get 0% for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on select 2019 Rams. It's also Jeep Adventure Days. Lease a 2019 Grand Cherokee Laredo or a 2019 Cherokee Latitude Plus for just $199. We have over 100 Jeeps on site to take you on your next off-road adventure. So when it comes comes to buying your next vehicle, don't shop the rest, shop the best. Come see the Kaiser Boys and experience for yourself the best selection, the best price, and the best service and parts around. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Route 405 in Muncie or Route 11 in Danville. Fairfield for the best deals. Leases are for 36 months and 42 months, $32.99 due at signing. Offers on select vehicles only for qualified buyers only. Must finance through Chrysler Capital. Offers end September 30th. See dealer for complete details.
Fairfield, you're gonna love us.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Halftime from Crispin Field in Berwick. Crowd about to be entertained by the Wyoming Valley West Marching Band. By the way, 2 of the Spartan football players take place in this band, and they're very, very busy players. Dylan Nastansky is a quarterback and a safety and a clarinet player. And Brendan Woods is a running back, defensive end, long snapper, and trumpet player. So no rest for the weary for them as they're out on the field helping with the entertainment here at the half. Berwick dominating through one half, 28-0. Bulldogs scored on their second possession. A 5-play, 52-yard drive, capped on a 12-yard touchdown run by quarterback Ryan Lawbaugh. Capped on a 12-yard touchdown pass, Ryan Lawbaugh to Dallas Schechterly. Schechterly's third catch of the season, all of them for touchdowns. The big plays along the way. 2 12-yard runs by Alejandro Lopez, who's starting tonight with the illness to Aiden Mason. And a 13-yard pass, a thing of beauty. Ryan Lawbaugh's pass, one-handed grab by the tight end Eric Montez. So the Schechterly touchdown, followed by a Brendan Hinkle extra point. Berwick 7-0, 5:25 to go in the opening quarter. Bulldogs scored on their next possession. 3 plays, 51 yards. The touchdown coming on a pass by Ryan Lawbaugh that was underthrown, but Tegan Wilk came back, went over the shoulder of a defender, made the grab, got into the end zone for the touchdown. 38 yards, Brendan Hinkle with the extra point. 14-0 Bulldogs, 2:30 to go in that opening quarter. The Bulldogs added to that lead on the next possession by Wyoming Valley West. They are backed up deep in their own territory. Dylan Nastansky's pass was picked off by Dallas Schechterly, who returned it 14 yards for a touchdown. So Schechterly on the season has touched the ball 3 times, has 3 touchdowns. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point. And Berwick led 21-0. Check that for Schechterly on the season. 3 catches, all for touchdowns, and then the interception. So 4 for 4 for Dallas, one of the team captains, a terrific two-way player. The only scoring in the second quarter came on a very short drive. Berwick, after a short punt, taking over at the Spartans' 32-yard line. 2 quick plays. Ryan Lawbaugh over the middle to tight end Blaine Cleaver, 20 yards. And then from the 12-yard line, Lawbaugh and the keeper, 12 yards for the touchdown. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point. That's how we stand here at halftime. Berwick 28, Wyoming Valley West nothing. Stay with us. Ben Wills will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard. Andy Olickney will give us all the numbers on the opening half. 28-0 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick football on Sports Radio HLM.
S.J. Kowalski Heating and Air Conditioning sells comfort. Since 1972, S.J. Kowalski understands the importance of doing business locally. They service what they sell and take pride in customer satisfaction. S.J. Kowalski is a trained comfort specialist, a Lennox dealer, and they are Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier dealer of Mitsubishi ductless mini-split systems. S.J. Kowalski also sells and installs energy-efficient Renai water heaters and geothermal systems. Call 1-888-KOWALSKI and ask about special promotions and zero-interest financing.
Mason's Monogrammic Service has the biggest selection of Bulldog football items in Berwick. Mason's is family-owned and is celebrating more than 30 years in business. Get all new Bulldog wear for 2019, like tees, tanks, and polos, hoodies, sweatshirts, jackets, and caps. Even onesies and toddler tees and lots more for any Bulldog fan. Mason's also has screen printing for businesses, teams, and organizations. Mason's Monogrammic Service, 225 West Front Street, Berwick, or at masonsmonogramming.com.
Berwick Bulldog football, HLM.
You haven't had the best till you've been to Romeo's Italian Submarines. Romeo's Italian Submarines, you've got to try them. Romeo's Submarines menu includes wings, wraps, and so much more. Romeo's is also home to Sasser Sweet Stop, where you can get your ice cream on. Romeo's Italian Submarines and Sasser Sweet Stop. Open till 9 Sunday through Thursday until 10 Friday and Saturday. 1306 Orange Street, Berwick. 570-752-8788.
SUV season is here at Kent Pollock Ford. Get back to school with plenty of cargo room and enough seating to haul all your family and friends. Don't worry about being a teacher's pet. You get to grade with $5,500 back on every 2019 Ford SUV going on now at Kent Pollock Ford. Need a little more pickup at your tailgate? Get up to $12,900 in savings off MSRP or 0% financing on America's best-selling truck, the 2019 Ford F-150. Don't be late. Offers end soon. Stop in and shop Kent Pollock Ford, Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Halftime from Crispin Field in Berwick. Berwick dominating this rivalry game, leading Wyoming Valley West by a score of 28-0. For an update on other scores, let's go to the studios at WHLM and Ben Willis.
Thank you, Jim. Right now at halftime, Southern Columbia well on their way to setting that new state record for consecutive regular season wins, leading Shamokin 55-0 at the half. Other scores, second quarter, Loyal Sock leads Bloomsburg 28-7. Central Columbia leads Hughesville 28-0. At the half, Danville's up over Mifflinburg 14-7. Selinsgrove leads Chickalimmy 20-6 at half. Second quarter, Dallas leads Pittston 28-7. North Schuylkill leads Schuylkill Haven 34-7 in the second. The Heighton leads Marion Catholic 18-6 in the second. All these at the half, Montoursville over Warrior Run 14-0. South Williamsport over Muncie 28-7. Wyoming over Nanticoke 42-0. Mount Carmel over Jersey Shore 21-6. Pottsville over Crestwood 14-6. And in the second, Delaware Valley leads Wilkes-Barre area 27-7. And Lewisburg leads Milton 27-0. The high school football scoreboard from HLM is a service of Zimmer Insurance in Bloomsburg. Qualified answers from local people. I'm Ben Willis. Back to you, Jim.
Okay, thank you very much, Ben. Here at Crispin Field, it's 28-0. Berwick leading Wyoming Valley West. Stats for the opening half, Andy Lickney.
Berwick has the strong dominance in stats, Jim. They've mustered 193 yards in total offense. They've held the Spartans to a net of 10 yards. Let's start with Berwick's defensive effort. For Wyoming Valley West, 12 running plays, 9 yards positive, 26 yards negative, a net of minus 17 in the rushing game. Brendan Woods, a very strong running back, has only had 2 carries, and he has a net of 1 yard. Zach McDaniels getting the ball out away from his own goal line, slashed for 4, and that was the big run of the night. 5 positive yards in there. I have Nasir Gardner trying a reverse, losing 8 yards. Dylan Nastasky, the quarterback, under pressure, 5 carries for minus 11. The team 2 plays for minus 7. And Ryan Myers came in sort of as a little wildcat quarterback, a different type of look, and he ran for 4 positive yards. So 9 to the good, 26 to the bad. A net of minus 17 in the rushing game, and that's no surprise. Berwick's held 3 teams to an average of minus 2 yards a game in the running game. So minus 17 here at halftime for Wyoming Valley West. Passing's been a little bit better, but it's still not real strong. 5 of 9 isn't bad numbers. But 2 interceptions for Berwick, one going for a touchdown by Dallas Schechterle, the other just standard by Robbins. And only 27 yards in the air in the passing game on the 5 completes. So barely over 5 yards of pass reception as well. 27 in the air. Nasir Gardner's been the target. He caught 4 of them. The long one was a 29-yarder. That certainly does go to his advantage. 27 yards total for him, because you have to factor in a negative play in the passing game where he lost 8. Salem Diot caught the other. No yards on that. So I have 27 positive yards in the passing game on 5 catches. I have minus 17 in the running game. So Berwick has held Wyoming Valley West to 10 positive yards on 21 plays. in the first half of action. Looking at Berwick, they put up 193. 81 yards on the ground, 112 in the air. I think Berwick's relatively happy with that. They wanted to see an evolution in their passing game, and they got it. 5 different receivers catching single passes for Berwick. Ryan Lawbaugh and Blaine Cleaver have combined for 5 completes in 9 attempts. No interceptions were thrown, and they have a total of 112 yards for them combined. Tegan Will caught a 38-yarder and a beautiful touchdown reception it was. Out-jumped the defender who had better inside position. Kind of tipped the ball, kept it alive. The defender went down. He caught it and backed into the end zone. 38-yard score for Tegan Will. Preston Robbins caught a 27-yard pass. Very nice timing on that. Eric Montez had to reach behind him to catch one and then run it for 15. Dallas Schechterly, every catch is a touchdown for Dallas Schechterly. His 3rd catch of the season. This pass of this game, a 12-yard touchdown. Blaine Cleaver caught one for 20 from Ryan Lawbaugh as he slanted from tight end down the middle of the field. So 5 receptions for Berwick in 9 attempts for 112 yards. Let's look at the running game. 15 runs, 81 yards. But a lot of the runs by the quarterbacks. I'm looking at 7 of the 15 runs by the quarterbacks. Ryan Lawbaugh's run strong. 2 runs on the zone read, 25 yards, including a touchdown. Blaine Cleaver had to get out of the end zone, and he ran very physically. 5 carries, 31 yards as he alternated with Ryan Lawbaugh on that series. So the quarterbacks have 56 yards in rushing of the 81. The other running back, Alejandro Lopez, from the traditional position, often a singleton back, often working with the zone read. And they've done a nice job in playing him with their linebackers. Valley West has strong linebackers, and they took a nice job taking Alejandro Lopez pretty much out of the game. He has 8 carries for 25 yards. He's looked sharp when he's had opportunities to run. So 3 runners, 2 of them quarterbacks, in 15 runs for 81 yards. 5 of 12 passing for combined quarterback play, 112 yards there. And make it 193 on 24 plays for Berwick's total offense. Berwick's looked very sharp offensively, Jim, and boy, what can you say about the defense?
Well, the defense, you can say the same thing you've said the first 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
I think the biggest plus for Berwick in this game is the offense and the fact that they are finishing something they didn't do last week against Williamsport.
Doing a nice job in finishing the drives. I'm impressed by the quarterback runs. They read that zone read very well. We know they're a little bit depleted because of illness to Aiden Mason and Blake Maurer. Alejandro Lopez certainly doing his job as the running back, and the line doing a great job in blocking for people. But the passing game is what has kind of surprised me. They needed to see that evolve and step up, and to be able to hit 5 passes in the first half to 5 different receivers, to me that's impressive.
And Blaine Cleaver's a terrific changeup at quarterback, but he can be a weapon at that tight end position.
He most certainly can. I mean, you got to cover Tegan Wilk, if not double cover him. You got to cover Sean Sheftock, if not double cover him. I mean, those 2 have to be the toughest pair to defend for any high school team in the state of Pennsylvania. And then to have a tight end inside who can work the delay game when linebackers get over-aggressive trying to stop the run, yeah, he's a weapon, as is the fullback Eric Montez. They sort of play that same role of that change-up underneath.
We're at halftime with Berwick leading Wyoming Valley West 28-0. We'll be back with the second half kickoff. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Interested in gymnastics, or if you've been practicing the sport for years, then Access Gymnastics Academy is where you want to be. Their dedicated coaches will teach you everything you need to know to perform your best, from the basics of flexibility, form, and style to advanced techniques that will improve your rhythm and style during a routine. Call Heidi Rebuck at Access Gymnastics Academy at 570-441-5969. That's 570-441-5969. Now enrolling for beginner to advanced classes at 917 East 7th Street in Bloomsburg.
Whether it's the heat of the preseason or the heart of the postseason, teams will always get a little boost from playing at home. Speaking of a boost at home, State Farm can boost your savings when you combine your homeowner's insurance with your auto coverage. So score one for the home team. Talk to State Farm agents Lori Powell or Sean Black in Berwick, or Melissa Price in Nescapec about big savings for combining home and car coverage. Give State Farm agents Melissa Price, Sean Black, or Lori Powell a call today.
Berwick Bulldog Football, HLM.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting for your income tax needs. ND Accounting and Consulting handles both business and individual taxes, as well as offering a variety of accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio CPA at ND Accounting and Consulting with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
Welsh's Towing and Repair proudly supports the Berwick Bulldogs and wishes them a successful year. Welsh's Towing and Repair has a long tradition of helping. You can call Welsh's 24/7 at 759-9737 if you are in need of a tow, jump start, tire change, are locked out, or to request them on scene if you're in an accident. Welsh's accepts all major insurance and motor clubs, and they offer all types of preventive maintenance and state inspections for cars, trucks, and motorcycles. Welsh's Towing and Repair, South Mercer Street in Berwick, and at their South Center Storage Facility, Columbia Boulevard in Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog Football, WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick, HLM.
Spartans of Wyoming Valley West have just made their appearance on the far side of the field. We're moments away from the kickoff to start the second half. First half of this rivalry game dominated by the Bulldogs. They lead by a score of 28-0. How about the captain, Dallas Schechterly? 4 touches of the football this season, 4 touchdowns, 3 receptions, and an interception return. I'll tell you what, last week when they put him in that big wing, a formation we haven't seen tonight, as a blocking back along with Eric Montez, he did a great job there as well. So he is a captain and a very, very valuable member of this team.
Dominating, Jim, and he was your feature this week on the Carm DiFrancesco show. Enjoyed, hearing Carm talk about him, and boy, does he respond. Interception return, catch the ball, just, targeted 3 times, give you 3 touchdowns out of it. He's quite a player.
Berwick will get the football to start the second half, and boy, would they love to go on a touchdown drive, put this game into the mercy rule mode. Deep for the Bulldogs, Preston Robbins and Alejandro Lopez. Bulldogs will be moving from our left to our right as we view things here in the third quarter. Berwick trying to go to 4-0 on the season. That defense has been so dominant. Number 1 in the Wyoming Valley Conference in almost every category. Teams with minus yards rushing total on the season through the first 3 weeks. Doing a great job on the Spartans here tonight. As Gillespie will kick it off for the Spartans. Soccer player Tyler Gillespie. This second half is underway. The kick is a line drive and fielded at the 10-yard line by Tegan Wilk to the 20. Turns the corner at the 25, the 30, and is hit and dropped at short of the 40-yard line.
Crowd reacted as a man got over there. It looked like it was number 17, Devon Gamble. Just a freshman, but he was squaring up on Tegan Wilk, who had nothing but sideline, and kind of caught him in his chest and was able to bring him down.
So Berwick, which has enjoyed good field position through much of this game, will start the second half in pretty good shape at their 39-yard line.
Sometime at halftime, you look and say, what did we have in the game plan we haven't done much of? And one is get some touches for Tegan Wilk. Offensively, 1 target with the pass, and that being a 38-yard touchdown reception. Watch for them trying to get his way.
He is in a slot to the left side as the give is to Lopez, and Alejandro Lopez is buried as he gets over the 40 to the 41, picks up a couple, 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs can't be too disappointed in any phase of the game if there is one. I think they'd like more yardage out of the standard running back position. They have a strong line, but they seem to not be getting the linebackers And when they go with that standard run, they want to have more success.
2nd and 8 from their own 41, just underway here in the second half. Blaine Cleaver lines up as a tight end to the left side. I formation. Montez, the fullback. Quick out to Sheptock. Sean Sheptock is tackled hard as he gets to the 45-yard line. Darius Redguard in on the play.
6 different receivers now on the 6 separate catches for Berwick. Set up a 3rd and about 3.
3rd down, 3 to go for first down. Slot to the right side. Sheptock wide, and Tegan Wilk in the slot. I formation. 3rd down call. Lawbaugh has his man, the tight end, Blaine Cleaver, and he carries tacklers to the Wyoming Valley West 42-yard line. Jonathan Stuckla finally made the stop.
Mentioned how aggressive the linebackers have been against a standard running back. Well, if they're going to cheat up, then release that tight end. And Blaine Cleaver's tough. He has the height, pushing 6'3", releases nicely, gets behind the linebackers in front of the safety, and boy, he's hard to bring down.
12 yards on the completion. 1st and 10, Berwick at the Wyoming Valley West 42-yard line. Lawbaugh, play action, back to throw, looking for all that has his man, Sean Sheptock, for the touchdown. Lawbaugh to Sheptock, 42 yards for the score.
Coverage broke down. He just couldn't stay with him. He has incredible speed. Cornerback is a good 12 yards behind him. Lawbaugh comfortably throws the ball, a deep ball. He has to put some oomph behind it. But he's not going to overthrow that. Let Sheptock wait at the goal line for that to come down to him because he had broken free so well.
Beautiful play off play action, 42 yards altogether. Brendan Hinkle will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Tegan Wilk, trying to put this into a mercy rule mode. Jake Lanning with the snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Time out of the field. 10:07 to go, 3rd quarter. Berwick 35, Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
S.J. Kowalski Heating and Air Conditioning sells comfort. Since 1972, S.J. Kowalski understands the importance of doing business locally. They service what they sell and take pride in customer satisfaction. S.J. Kowalski is a trained comfort specialist, a Lennox dealer, and they are Northeastern Pennsylvania's premier dealer of Mitsubishi ductless mini split systems. S.J. Kowalski also sells and installs energy-efficient Renai water heaters and geothermal systems. Call 1-888-KOWALSKI and ask about special promotions and zero-interest financing.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Quick start to the second half for the Bulldogs. 42-yard touchdown bomb, Ryan Lawbaugh to Sean Sheptock. The speedster gets behind the Wyoming Valley West secondary. And the Bulldogs now with a 35-0 advantage. 10:07 to go in the 3rd. Rest of this game will be played under the mercy rule as Berwick hits that magic 35 mark and looking probably as sharp as they have on offense this season to date.
There is a sharpness, and yet consider they're doing it out without the running back Aiden Mason or Blake Maurer in the lineup, not even dressed.
Kick comes up short, fielded by Olszewski at the 30-yard line, and he is met at about the 40-yard line, where the Spartans will take over for the first time in this second half.
And they've struggled offensively. We've mentioned the running game woes, 12 runs for minus 17 yards. Now, a lot of that is negative yardage put upon the quarterback in passing situations, but Brendan Wood, their strong running back, will average 63 yards a game, just 1 yard on 2 carries. Zach McDaniels, the leading ball carrier, with a 4-yard tote on his single carry.
1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 40-yard line. Kennedy is a wide receiver to the right, as the quarterback will keep it and will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Berwick just devouring that young and smallish offensive line for the Spartans. They've had an inordinate amount of injuries to the people up front.
Yes, they have, Jim. We mentioned in preseason, when you looked at what they projected as their starting line being about 280 pounds per man. With lots of experience, it shrunk down to under 200 pounds a man. With freshmen and sophomores in there, they're just overmatched.
2nd down and 11. Spartans at their 39. Nastansky out of the gun. has the snap, play action, fires, the ball is tipped, and it goes incomplete. Somebody got a hand on it at the line of scrimmage.
Might have been Sully Slavinsky. He's in there getting some reps of defensive tackle, had a nice strong pass rush. The defensive ends were also converging strongly. We know that Nastansky's been pressured throughout this game, try to throw that one down the middle, and a hand in the passing lane knocks it away.
3rd down and 11. Wyoming Valley West at their own 39-yard line. Slot to the left. Salem Diop, who had a great catch earlier, is wide to the right side. Nastansky awaits the shotgun snap. He has it, play action, fires a quick out, has Garner, but Garner can't hang on at the 45-yard line.
Ball came in low below his knees. He knew he only had 3 yards or so. If he was able to catch it, he was going to take quite a wallop, well short of the chains by 7 yards, with no ability to spin away from the potential tackle. I don't know how strong the effort was to catch the 3-yarder when he knew he wasn't going to be able to make the chains, and they'd be punting regardless.
And Garner now will do the punting. Brendan Woods does the long snapping. Garner back at his 25-yard line. Low snap, but he reels it in a line drive kick. Fielded by Wilk at the 25-yard line. Turns the corner, 30, 35, and ridden down over midfield to the 47-yard line.
Man had him by the jersey, and Will kept running, and eventually the momentum of one caught the momentum of the other, and it was a funny spin, almost like whipping someone in ice skating at the end.
There is a flag down, but it's back in the Berwick 45, and I have a feeling it might not have anything to do with that play.
It might be a sideline infraction. We'll see.
Holding call against Berwick is what it's going to be. Harry Caskey gives the indication.
Oh, yeah, it was a nice, clean tackle, but the Berwick fans certainly reacted to the sort of force that ended up in that spin, and a lot of the force coming from Tegan Wilk himself.
So Berwick gets it for the second time in this third quarter, leading 35-0. The ball at the Bulldogs' 36-yard line. We'll see what they come up with as they break the huddle at the sideline, as they will still have Ryan Lawbaugh at the quarterback spot.
Jordan Young in at right tackle.
Peyton Williams is a wide receiver to the left. Toss sweep to the left. Lopez tries to turn the corner, and he is defended very well once again. He'll pick up a couple on the play.
Trying to get the number of the man who played that pretty well, and they never want to turn in your direction when you do that. It ends up being Stockla who got to the outside.
2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs at their own 39-yard line.
Jonathan Stockla was on the Valley West tackle.
They break the huddle. And Peyton Williams wide to the left. And Preston Robbins in a slot to that side. Lopez deep in the backfield. Fake to him. Lawbaugh in trouble, gets the pass away. Incomplete. They were in hard on the quarterback, Lawbaugh, and the ball was batted down. So it will be a 3rd down and 7. Berwick at their 39-yard line.
Play was designed to fake it to Eric Montez and then have him sneak out to the flat. He was there, and he wasn't being covered by the linebacker. But that linebacker may have been blitzing. So he busts up the play with pressure on the quarterback, even though the man in the flat is uncovered.
Looked like Dylan Nastansky got his hands on that pass. So now Berwick facing a 3rd down and 7 at their own 39-yard line. Lawbaugh out of the gun. Slot to the right side. Ryan Lawbaugh looks, nothing there, steps up into it. The ball's tipped once, twice, and incomplete. Went through the hands of Cleaver. Might have been deflected by a Wyoming Valley player. Then it went through the hands of Preston Robbins, and all that is an incompletion.
Might have been one more tip even before it got to Cleaver, the first one. So there might have been 4 people touch it.
But an exciting incompletion.
Very exciting. You can tell by the fan reaction. Yeah, Cleaver didn't necessarily drop it so much as it was sort of changed off its course as it got to him.
Sean Shepdock back to do the punting. Jake Lanning with a good snap. Shepdock booms one. High and deep. And let it go. We'll see where they mark it. It's out of bounds at the 23-yard line. of Wyoming Valley West. So they'll get it with 5:06 remaining in this third quarter. And Berwick leading this one 35-0. Bulldogs in this long rivalry, this the 45th meeting, well on their way to winning their third in a row. I mentioned earlier that Pat Keating, who stepped down as head coach after 10 years, he stepped down in June, had the Bulldogs number for a while. In fact, 7 of the first 8 games in which he faced Berwick as the head coach was a victory for Wyoming Valley West. As Dostansky takes the snap and is buried back at the 16-yard line. Eric Montez among the people in on the play. Also Brian Knorr, a junior, 6'4", 255-pounder there as well.
Brian Knorr is playing right defensive tackle. Ethan Hughes at left defensive tackle through much of this game. They both powered up the middle. And both defensive ends, you mentioned Eric Montez, but coming from the other side, Mason Lawbaugh prevented him from running in that direction. So 4 different sets of hands in on that sack.
Loss of 5 on the play. Second down and 15, and we have a timeout call. 4:20 to go, third quarter, 35-0 Berwick. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
My son was permanently injured in a car wreck. We needed lawyers we could trust. We called Lenahan and Dempsey. The insurance company offered only $10,000. Lenahan and Dempsey got my son the multi-million-dollar settlement needed to protect his future. Lenahan and Dempsey is the only law firm we would ever call.
After a serious personal injury, protect your family. Call Lenahan and Dempsey, the serious personal injury law firm.
Call 1-888-LENAHAN.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this third quarter. We are in the mercy rule as Berwick leads Wyoming Valley West 35-0. Spartans following their timeout. Second down and 15. They have it at their own 18-yard line. Dylan Dostansky at the quarterback controls, awaiting the shotgun snap. Has it. Play action, back to throw. Intercepted by Tegan Wilk. Wilk at the 20, turns the corner, 15, 10, 5, and in for the touchdown. Tegan Wilk with the interception and the return, and somewhat of an historic interception for him. It is his 15th interception at Berwick. That ties the school record with Lance Avina, who played for the Bulldogs from 1986 to 1988.
Well, and he really stepped in front. The ball was delivered with confidence by Dostansky, short, about 7 yards past the line of scrimmage. But the quickness of Tegan Wilk to step in front, not break stride, continue from the middle of the field off to the right side, the direction he had been going, and he knows how to find the end zone.
He will hold now for the extra point attempt, and Brendan Hinkle remains perfect on the night. 4:11 remaining third quarter. 42-0 is the Berwick lead. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
How do you save money when you shop for groceries? If you haven't checked out Surplus Outlet, you're missing out on savings that could go right into your pocket. Hello, this is Justin Michaels, and at Surplus Outlet, we take saving you money very seriously. At Surplus Outlet, you'll find groceries and much more at below wholesale prices. We work hard to buy right and pass those savings directly on to you. At Surplus Outlet, we stock all the items that you would expect at a grocery store, but each week we get new arrivals, and the savings can be tremendous. So you'll want to stop in often.
Surplus Outlet, with locations on Route 11 Northumberland, Route 11 Berwick, and Route 15 Montgomery.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
For the second time in this game, Berwick has returned an interception for a touchdown. The first was by Dallas Schechterle. The latest was by Tegan Wilk. Wilk's 15th career interception at Berwick, tying the school record set by Lance Avina from 1986 to 1988. Actually, if you count Tegan's interceptions from his freshman year, which was spent at Southern Columbia, we'd have 20 in his career, 20 interceptions. Wow. Think about that. Montez kick comes up short. Red guard at the 15 to the 20. The 25, the 30. Peyton Williams, the first one to hit him as he is down at about the 37-yard line.
And joining in then Evan Meehan coming on strong and spinning him to the ground.
Well, if we have a chance, we'll look up all the records set by Lance Avina.
There'd be a lot.
Sometimes you forget just how great. And the one that amazed me the most was block kicks for a career. I think he had 15. Think about that. Block kicks.
An incredible quickness.
You might see one of those every 4 games.
Yeah.
And he was just terrific. And so is Tegan Wilk. 1st and 10. Spartans at the 37. Brendan Woods gets the call, and he's going nowhere. Down right at the line of scrimmage.
Schechterly and Zaludo, each coming from their respective linebacker sides, met behind the quarterback, where that Brandon Woods took that ball, not with a whole lot of quickness. He'll lose a yard.
The other thing about Lance Avina, made one of the great catches in the history of Berwick football. You know, you think about that state championship at Aliquippa, but that would have never come about were it not for a stupendous catch by him against Middletown in the Eastern Final. As the call goes to Zach Daniels. Daniels off the right side, lowers the shoulder, picks up a couple to the 39-yard line. 3rd down coming for Wyoming Valley West.
Stosh Hughes out there as 2 flags come up well after the play. Stosh Hughes has been involved defensively, wearing his single-digit number 3 out there. I've seen him on a few plays.
15 yards coming against Berwick. And the kind of penalty the Bulldogs have tried their best to avoid during the course of this season. It was a problem a year ago. Really, they've had very, very few penalties in this game. But this 15-yarder will put it to the 45-yard line.
Andrew Blockus going in. He's going to replace Mike Zalutko, that linebacker.
As the ball at the 46-yard line of Berwick, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. I formation behind Dylan Ostansky. Gives it straight ahead. Tailback. McDaniels gets to about the 42-yard line of Berwick. Zach McDaniels picks up 4. 2nd down and 6. Clock running, 2:38 remaining in this 3rd quarter.
Brian Knorr in on the tackle. From defensive end, there was also a real nice quickness play by Jake Lanning, almost catching it in the backfield, coming from the side.
Bulldogs have substituted on that defensive team. Shane Levan playing out a corner as we have a 2nd down and 6 for the 42-yard line. Ostansky going to keep the ball himself off the right side, get some positive yardage inside the 40-yard line. It'll be a 3rd down and short coming up for Berwick. Another play in that secondary. Evan Meehan. Andrew Blockus is back in there at a linebacker spot. Tajee Taylor in there as well. 3rd down and 2. Wyoming Valley West at their own 38-yard line. Slot to the right side. I formation. Gives straight ahead to Woods, who's lined up as the fullback, close to the 1st down yardage.
Yes, Berwick was able to get in low and trip him up. Looked like it was Brian Knorr who got in low. They're going to move the chains. 1st down.
Spartans trying to get on the board for the first time. Closing moments of this 3rd quarter. 1:12 to go. Slot to the left side. Stansky looks to the sideline for the play call. He has Darius Redguard as the tailback. Brendan Woods, the fullback, ahead of him. On the Berwick 37. Redguard gets the call, has some running room, and is brought down at about the 33-yard line.
5'6" Berwick jerseys. Andrew Blockus coming up from near the bottom of the pile. Looking to see who else is in there. 14, Tajee Taylor, you mentioned coming in, also involved there.
2nd and 6 for the Spartans at their 32-yard line.
Darius Redguard has carried the ball on the season 18 times for 29 yards.
The call will go to McDaniels at the fullback spot now. Zach McDaniels straight ahead with positive yardage to the 29-yard line on what will be the final play of this third quarter. With the score, Berwick 42, Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Northeast Pennsylvania, it's your home. And no matter what stage of life you find yourself in, what you rely on most is security. When that house becomes a home, the moment you get that new car, when your dreams become a reality, it's times like this when you have to look to the experts for advice and financial peace of mind. They're there with innovative products and services to help you with your financial future every step of the way. Together, they will help dreams and goals become reality. They are more than a bank. They're your neighbor. They are First Keystone Community Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Berwick Bulldog football.
The high school football scoreboard tonight. The game of the week on HLM. Southern Columbia leads Shamokin right now 62-0 in the fourth quarter. Other games, Loyalsock leads Bloomsburg 35-7 in the third. Danville leads Mifflinburg 28-13 in the third. I'm Ben Willis, HLM Sports.
Berwick Bulldog football. HLM.
3 quarters in the books here at Crispin Field. 42-0 is the Berwick lead over Wyoming Valley West. As we start the final period with the Spartans in possession of the football, moving from our left to our right. They have it at the Berwick 29-yard line. And they face a 3rd down and 3. Red guard is the tailback. He gets the call off the left side. He is going nowhere. Right there was Brian Knorr, the 6'4", 255-pound junior. 4th down coming.
He got penetration from his defensive tackle, crossed over the center, and met the man in the backfield. Knocked him back. Very strong play by Brian Knorr.
4th and 5 coming for the Spartans at the Berwick 31-yard line. They'll go for it. Berwick dominating this one, 42-0. Going to beat Wyoming Valley West for the 3rd consecutive season. As Nastansky out of the gun, is going to carry himself off the left side. It has the 1st down and then some inside the 25, down to about the 22-yard line. Drayton Wilk among the people in on the play for the Bulldogs.
Playing the same safety position his brother would normally play, and played it like him. He's going to be the last man as the free safety. I sensed Nastansky was going to cake it. They really opened the C gap with some cross blocking for him, and he hit it hard to get the chains. But Wilk prevented the touchdown. That's Drayton Wilk.
8 yards on that carry by Nastansky. 1st and 10, Spartans at the Bulldog 23-yard line. Red guard gets the call, tries to get outside left and won't get very far. Maybe 2 yards to the Berwick 21-yard line.
Stashu's playing that left or right defensive end. They ran his way, and he was able to square up. Cornerbacks also coming up very quickly, and Benjamin Moore.
The referee, Harry Caskey, stops play momentarily. Brian Knorr coming off the field as they'll tend to him. Sean Powell replaces him. The ball at the Berwick 21-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Wyoming Valley West trying to get on the board for the first time in this game. Red guard, the lone running back, a toss sweep to him left side. Has a little bit of running room, still on his feet inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal coming for Wyoming Valley West.
Running hard. They're finding they can create a seam in the C gap off the left side. They're running sweep-like actions, pushing people toward the sideline and cracking people in. He's getting a nice lane, and the secondary's coming up to eventually stop him. First, going to have to play it a little bit tougher up front at the line of scrimmage.
12 yards on that carry by Darius Redguard. He is now the tailback in an I formation. Zach McDaniels ahead of him from the 9-yard line. Nastansky gives it to McDaniels straight ahead, and Berwick's right there at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and goal coming.
Oh, he was smothered by Sean Powell, Jim. All 6'5" of him in there at defensive tackle. Caught him with the left arm and pulled him back. Of all the runners, Zach McDaniels has impressed me as the most physical. You're not going to out-physical Sean Powell on that play.
They give him a yard to the 8. 2nd down and goal. Wyoming Valley West at the Berwick 8-yard line. Red guard, the tailback. McDaniels, the fullback, though, gets the call again. Tries the left side. Maybe another yard. Third down coming.
Sean Powell again prevents them from running right at him. He's playing over the left guard. Tried to bounce it outside, and they shut that down tight from defensive end.
They mark it at the 6, so give him 2 yards on the carry. Third down. And now red guard is the lone running back. Nastansky tosses him. Darius Redguard off the left side, spins down close to the goal line. Might have gotten to the 1 yard line, where it will be fourth down coming.
Benjamin Moore playing up tight from his cornerback position like a linebacker, fighting to make the stop to prevent the touchdown.
Fourth and goal. Spartans I formation. McDaniels, the fullback. Nastansky gives the ball off the right side. They do not get in. They do not get in. Berwick's backups are inspired as they've just come up with a great goal line stand.
We mentioned the size inside as Berwick's been playing Sean Powell, and they couldn't push it. There was a stalemate right at the goal line. And as they're pushing and shoving and backs are trying to push him in, Jake Lanning comes down from defensive end, grabs the runner by the jersey, and pulls him back a yard. So Berwick, who doesn't want to give up a touchdown, wants to preserve its shutout, comes up strong with its substitutes.
7:52 remaining in the game. Berwick's going to have the football inside their 1 yard line, leading Wyoming Valley West by a score of 42-0. And the Bulldogs will use a timeout. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Berwick Football on Sports Radio HLM.
At Traditional Home Healthcare, their beliefs make all the difference. You have the right to choose the highest level of health care in your own home, from pediatrics to seniors, as well as non-skilled home care services like meal prep, housekeeping, and companionship. They'll work with you every step of the way to create a care plan for your loved one, because Traditional is more than a home health care agency. They're your extended family when family can't be there. Visit traditionalhomehealthcare.com today.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Great goal line stand. They'll have it at their own 1 yard line. Subs are in. As from the 1 with an I formation. Quarterback keeper off the left side gets to about the 3 yard line. It's like Benjamin Moore, is it, at the quarterback
17.
controls?
Yeah. Yep. Unless they switch jerseys on us, Jim. Made some nice plays defensively. I anticipated him sneaking that. Got a yard, a little bit more room to work.
Ball at the 3 yard line. Second down and 8 for the Bulldogs. They lead at 42-0. Clock running, 7:20 to go in this game. Moore sets him down, gives the tailback off the left side, looking for running room, and nothing there. Brought down, maybe even lost a half yard to the 2 yard line as the carry was by Brandon Spesoletti.
Yeah. He followed his fullback who picked up a man. Then another man able to sift through for Valley West. So 3rd and long, passing from your own end zone. If you choose to go with the passing play, you can play it more conservatively. White side of the field is to the right.
Stas Hughes is the fullback ahead of Spesoletti in the I. Berwick at their own 3. Moore gives to Spesoletti, tries the right side, and not much doing. Brought down right about the line of scrimmage. So Berwick will bring the punt team on, led by Sean Sheptock, who's been doing a great job in that regard, although he hasn't been all that busy tonight as Berwick's offense has come to life in this one.
Managed to play through an injury. He had a shoulder bothering him, but wanted to go. He's been able to see some action. And along the way, score a 42-yard touchdown on a bomb. Also caught a 5-yarder.
Tyler Weidman is back anticipating the punt from Shepdog. Weidman standing at the Berwick 34-yard line. Snap by Lanning is a good one. The kick is not long and will go out of bounds at about the Berwick 40-yard line. That's where Wyoming Valley West will put it in play with 5:45 to go. And Berwick leading this one by a score of 42-0. We were talking about Lance Avina earlier because with the interception by Keegan Wilk, his 15th as a Bulldog, tying the school record. Looking at some other records by Lance Avina, most block kicks in a season, 8. Wow. 8 in a season, 14 for his career, and of course, a great receiver. Career records for receptions, 136. Receiving yards in a season, most career points, most points of the season, most touchdowns of the season, all by receivers. As the pitch goes to Darius Redguard, and Redguard is brought down for a loss back at the 43-yard line.
Real nice tackle. Shane Levan coming up from the secondary, seeing it was a run, actually got into the backfield and dropped Redguard for about a 2-yard loss.
Second down. And 12 for the Spartans at their 42-yard line.
They look like they're struggling and making some substitutions. I don't know if they have enough people on the field. Here comes one late.
Jonathan Scarpelli, number 10, a sophomore, is the quarterback on second down and 12. Scarpelli gives the running back. Gets to about the 36-yard line before Levan brings him down.
Abdul Al-Sarari, Jim, was the running back, and I'll let you pronounce that name the rest of the game.
I thought it was number 28. If so, that's Sadiq Ransom Burke, a 5'9", 150-pound junior. So, Ransom Burke got the carry, picked up a couple to the 36-yard line, third down and 6. He gets the call again, and we'll get just to the 35-yard line. Ransom Burke. And fourth down coming as we go under 4 minutes to go in this one.
Berwick's second unit defense, some of the third unit people playing rather strong. We'll see a play from scrimmage here on fourth down. Don't know if a penalty of 5 yards gives them this. It seems just a little shy of the chains. 5 plus a few inches.
Fourth down. Scarpelli under center with an I formation behind him. He's back to throw. He fires out of the backfield, incomplete. Had a man open at the 30-yard line, passed beyond his reach. And Berwick will take over the football with 3:27 to go. And the Bulldogs leading this one 42-0. Stay with us for the post-game show. Ben Willis will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard. Andy will have all the stats. Of course, those stats dominated by the Bulldogs tonight. Now a chance to add some offensive numbers as they take over at the 35-yard line. I'll tell you what, with the score out of reach, it was still fun to see that goal line stand. And you saw the spirit. The coaches were jumping up and down on the sideline. Players came off like it was a play that saved the game. And you love to see that spirit from the second liners.
You really do. It's their challenge. I mean, they're going against some first liners in there. Have a stoppage, Jim. Berwick needs a timeout. Get the personnel right.
3:08 to go. 42-0 Bulldogs. You're listening to Berwick Football on Sports Radio HLM.
See the winning lineup of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Also, quality pre-owned vehicles at Bear Chrysler in Berwick. Celebrating their 30th year, Bear Chrysler has a body shop and a full-service center servicing all makes and models. They've earned the highest possible rating from Chrysler and the prestigious J.D. Power Award for Excellence. Need a truck? Bear has a vast inventory, including the 2019 Ram Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Or choose one of 50 new Jeeps in stock, including Renegade, Cherokee, and Grand Cherokee. Bear Chrysler, 1127 Pine Street, Berwick.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog football. WHLM Bloomsburg. WBWX Berwick. HLM.
Berwick following their timeout takes over the 35-yard line. Peyton Williams is the quarterback. He gives the ball to Stas Hughes, and Hughes has some running room over the 40 and has a first down as they'll mark it at the 47-yard line. 12 yards on the carry by Stas Hughes, a 6'1", 205-pound junior.
Like the run, vanilla type of offense. Splits the guard tackle on the right. They get their blocks, and he drags people.
Wide receiver to either side. But look for the Bulldogs to keep it on the ground here in the closing moments. As a toss sweep to the left side, the toss comes up short. The scramble is on, and Wyoming Valley West gets the football at the 42-yard line in Berwick territory.
Yeah, coming up with the ball, Aziz Martin, number 24. They wanted to pitch it, but he didn't feel like the running back was getting going. Running back kind of eased up to wait for the pitch. So the pitch was not wholehearted. There was sort of doubt in there. Came up short, bounced away, and eventually Aziz Martin with the recovery.
So the Spartans still trying to get on the board. Have it in Berwick territory once again at the 42-yard line. Scarpelli, toss, sweep, left side. Ransom Burke is brought down. Nice play from the linebacker, Andrew Blockus, right about the line of scrimmage. Bring up a second down and 10 as we go under 2 minutes to go in this one.
Yeah, nice pursuit to the football. Keep that to no gain.
So Spartans still bringing in subs. Oh, there was a penalty, a face mask against Berwick. That's the reason why the clock is stopped. We'll have a walk-off against the Bulldogs. College football, they still have that incidental 5 yard, but high school, it's all 15s.
Stay away from it.
This one takes it to the 29-yard line. The only thing good about that is it takes it out of the judgment of the officials, but boy, sometimes it's not much of a penalty as they give to the fullback, and Sean Powell wraps him up after a gain of about a yard to the 26-yard line.
Josh Pummel is that fullback. You'll get about 3 on that. His first carry of the season.
Nick Pajovich comes on for Berwick off the Bulldogs' 26-yard line. Again, it's so hard to organize these things when you're going into your second and even third string, but they look like they're settled in now at the 26-yard line. Scarpella gives straight ahead to the fullback Colin Rude, and he will get a yard or two. We'll be under a minute to play. This next snap coming up.
Colin Rude wasn't sure which side of the center to go. Quarterback went to give on the left. He went to the right. They had to stop and make the exchange.
Third down call coming. 4 yards needed for the Spartans. They have it at the Berwick 23-yard line. Scarpelli gives the run off the left side for a couple yards. Zach Tomaszczyk, 5'8", 170-pound sophomore, makes the carry and what might be the final play, and it will be the final play of this game as the Spartan coaches start to make their way across the field. The final score, Berwick 42, Wyoming Valley West nothing. You're listening to Berwick Football and Sports Radio, HLN.
Ask Ameriprise financial advisor Jeffrey McKinnon about the exclusive Confident Retirement Approach. It's a personalized, flexible, step-by-step approach toward financial balance. Call Jeff today at 570-520-4137. Offices are located at 22 South Prospect Street in Nanticoke, PA, and 118 East 3rd Street in Berwick, PA. The Confident Retirement Approach is not a guarantee of future financial results. Investment advisory products and services are made available through Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, a registered investment advisor.
Quality care for your dental health at Berwick Dental Arts, 105 West 9th Street in Berwick. State-of-the-art equipment comes together with a tradition of 45 years of personalized care. From the youngest to the oldest patient, let Berwick Dental Arts doctors and staff take care of every aspect of your dental needs. They'll process all types of insurances. Make your appointment today. Call Berwick Dental Arts friendly staff at 752-4542. Berwick Dental Arts, making smiles beautiful.
Knockbusters Archery is a Hoyt and elite archery dealer and a full-service archery shop at 1895 West Front Street in Berwick. Knockbusters Archery services all brands of bows and crossbows. Gift certificates are available. Call 570-752-0499 for bow season or anytime you need the very best. Check them out on Facebook. Knockbusters Archery is at 1895 West Front Street in Berwick. 570-752-0499. Go Dogs!
Berwick Bulldog Football, HLM.
Somebody needs you. Make a difference in someone's life. Caregivers America is presently hiring direct care workers for their Berwick office location. Caregivers America offers next day pay, direct deposit, paid time off, and paid training. Create your own schedule. Clients close to home. Go to caregiversamerica.com or call the Berwick office 570-759-7757. Caregivers America.
If you haven't been to Name Brand Liquidations in the Berwick Plaza Shopping Center, you're missing out on great values. At Name Brand Liquidators, you'll save money from 50 to 90% on everything imaginable, from bathroom vanities to bar stools to carpeting. You name it. Name Brand Liquidations not only sells a huge variety of merchandise, they feature name brands just like their name says, at low prices. When you're in the market for anything, shop at the store that has everything. Name Brand Liquidations. Wishing the Berwick Bulldogs a great season.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
This is Berwick football coach Carm DiFrancesco. You are listening to Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM.
Berwick Bulldog Football, WHLM Bloomsburg, WBWX Berwick, HLM.
All Berwick here tonight as they rout their arch rivals, the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West, 42-0. We'll look at the scoring and stats coming up. But first, let's take a look at the scoreboard and other games with Ben Willis.
Thank you very much, Jim. The HLM game of the week, of course, and other frequencies tonight was Southern Columbia at Shamokin, which also, of course, ended in a mercy rule like Berwick did tonight. Southern Columbia ending in a 62-0 win over Shamokin, now taking the state record for consecutive regular season victories up to 75 is their current streak. Other scores around the area: Loyalsock leads Bloomsburg 42-14 in the third. Central Columbia leads Hughesville 35-7 still in the third. Danville leads Mifflinburg 35-13 in the fourth. Selinsgrove leads Chickalamy 30-6 in the third. Dallas leads Pittston 48-7 still in the third. In the fourth, North Schuylkill leads Schuylkill Haven 47-7. Lehigh leads Marion Catholic 33-6 in the third. Montoursville leads Warrior Run 21-7 in the fourth. South Williamsport leads Muncie 34-7 in the fourth. Another final, Wyoming area over Nanticoke tonight 48-7. Third quarter, Mount Carmel leads Jersey Shore 34-6. Fourth quarter, Pottsville leads Crestwood 35-12. Delaware Valley leads Wilkes-Barre area 41-7 in the third. And in the fourth, Lewisburg leads Milton 41-0. The HLM High School football scoreboard is a service of Zimmer Insurance in Bloomsburg. Qualified answers from local people. I'm Ben Willis. Back to you, Jim.
Okay, thank you very much, Ben. Right here, all Berwick in this one. Bulldogs got on the board on their second possession, capping a 5-play, 52-yard drive. Ryan Lawbaugh with a 12-yard pass to Dallas Schechterly as tight end for the score. Nice-looking drive. There was a terrific catch by tight end Eric Montez, one-handed grab, and there was two 12-yard runs by Alejandro Lopez. Brendan Hinkle out of the extra point. Berwick had a 7-0 lead, and that is our drive of the game, brought to you by Ken Pollock Ford Lincoln. Later in that first quarter, Ryan Lawbaugh's long pass to Tegan Wilk came up short, but Wilk did not, as he went up high over a defender's shoulder, made the grab, got in for the touchdown. Hinkle again with the extra point, 14-0 Bulldogs. And then later in that first quarter, in fact, just 16 seconds later, Wyoming Valley West backed up deep in their own territory. The pass from Dylan Stansky, intercepted by Dallas Schechterly, returned 14 yards for a touchdown. Schechterle now, 4 touches of the football and 4 touchdowns on the season. 3 pass receptions for scores, and then that interception return. 21-0 Bulldogs after 1 quarter. Only scoring in the second quarter, Ryan Lawbaugh, a 12-yard touchdown run, capping a 2-play, 32-yard drive. The other play, a 20-yard pass from Lawbaugh to Blaine Cleaver. Brendan Hinkle with the extra point. 28-0 Bulldogs at the break, and they put it into the mercy rule on their first possession of the second half. Marching off the second half kickoff, getting to the Wyoming Valley West 42-yard line, and from there, Ryan Lawbaugh with a 42-yard pass over the middle to a wide-open Sean Sheptock. Hinkle again, perfect with the extra points, 35-0 into the mercy rule. 4:41 to go in the third. Tegan Wilk stepped in front of a pass by Nastansky, returned it 20 yards for a touchdown. That was his 15th interception as a Bulldog, tying him for the school record held previously by Lance Avina from 1986 to 1988. Hinkle with the extra point, 42-0 was the Berwick lead in that fourth quarter. Wyoming Valley West with the Berwick subs in there got to the Berwick 1-yard line, but a 4th and goal came up short. Great play by Jake Lanning. The Bulldogs preserve the shutout and win it here tonight. The final, Berwick 42, Wyoming Valley West nothing. Stats in tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
I think they really emphasized, Jim, the dominance of Berwick. Go back to the halftime stats of Berwick with 193 yards, and they held Wyoming Valley West to just 10, minus 17 rushing at that point. So much happens with the mercy rule and with the subs in that things do, come back. Here in the final totals, Berwick with 255 yards, and they held Valley West to 51. Let's look at Valley West first. On the ground, they will finish into positive integers because of the fourth quarter action. 32 rushes in all, 39 positive yards, minus 15. So they'll be one of the first teams to finish with positive yardage against Berwick with 24 positive yards on 32 rushes. Brendan Wood, the key running back on this team, held in check, 4 carries, just 2 yards. Darius Redgar with a lot of the fourth quarter action, finishes with 16 yards on 6 carries. Colin Root had a carry, stopped at the line of scrimmage. Zach McDaniel, 6 carries for 15. Josh Koval, a fullback, a 3-yard tote. Nasir Gardner, a very special talent. He tried a jet sweep, though, and he was caught in the backfield, minus 8 yards on that. Sahir Ransom Burke, 2 carries for 3. The team, 2 carries for minus 7. And Dylan Nastansky, I like him as a quarterback. I like what I've seen. He was going to be taking a beating throughout this. At one point, he was at minus 15 yards on his first 4 carries. He manages to finish with 10 carries for 0 yards. It played a strong game, a brave game, despite the opposition he was up against. In all, again, the rushing numbers, 32 carries, just 24 yards net for the Spartans of Valley West. Nastansky passing, 5 of 13, actually. John Scarpelli threw one of those. He did suffer 3 interceptions, 2 that were taken back for touchdowns. He was only able to muster 27 yards in the air. I have Nasir Gardner with 4 catches for 27 yards. Salem Diop caught 1 for 0 yards. In all, 27 in the air, 24 on the ground. That's 51 yards total offense on 45 plays. For the Berwick Bulldogs, 255 yards, 21 rushes for 96, 11 passing plays. They completed 7 of those for 159, a nice split. Berwick wanted to see the evolution in the passing game, and they got it. They spread it out. Tegan Wilk, a 38-yard touchdown to go along with his interception return touchdown. Sean Sheptock, the only receiver with 2 catches, both of those in the second half, 2 for 47. Preston Robbins caught 1 for 27. Eric Montez reached behind himself and then ran for 15 yards on his catch. Blaine Cleaver, he caught 2 for 32, so there were 2 people with 2 catches each, but 5 different receivers in all. Nice way to spread that football out. I'll make that 6 in all. Dallas Schechterle, don't forget him. Every catch is a touchdown for Dallas Schechterly. Give him a 12-yard reception and the touchdown, along with an interception return touchdown. 159 yards in the air. Quarterback Ryan Laubaugh and Blaine Cleaver combined for 7 of 11 passing. We'll start with those quarterbacks in the running game. Blaine Cleaver rushed for 31 yards on 5 carries. Ryan Laubaugh, 2 carries for 25. And the starting running back in this game, with Aiden Mason and Blake Marr both out with illness, Alejandro Lopez got the start. Linebackers really were keying on him well. He had 10 carries for 29 yards. Looking at the others, Sashus had a 12-yard tote. Brendan Spezialetti, 2 carries for no yards. And quarterback Benjamin Moore on 1 carry lost 1 yard. I have 96 on the ground, 159 in the air for Berwick, 255. Compare it to the 51 yards for Wyoming Valley West, and you can see why Berwick wins this one in the mercy rule.
They do indeed. Wyoming Valley West falls to 1-3 with the loss. They'll be home against Dallas next Friday night. For the Bulldogs, they go to 4-0. They'll face the Seals of Selinsgrove right here at Crispin Field next Friday evening. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff as usual. Our broadcast will start at 6 with the Coach DeFrancesco Show, brought to you by Lenahan and Dempsey. The final again, Berwick 42, Wyoming Valley West nothing. For Andy Lickney and our producer Ben Willis, this is Jim Doyle reminding you heard it live on Sports Radio HLM.
You've been listening to Berwick Bulldogs football on Sports Radio HLM. Brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you every step of the way. Bear, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Berwick. Lenahan and Dempsey, attorneys at law, the right choice when things go wrong. Berwick Dental Arts, quality care for your dental health. Mason's Monogram Service for all your Bulldog merchandise. The Medicine Shop, East 9th Street in Berwick. Neighbor Fence Company, residential and commercial fencing. Your Berwick State Farm agents Lori Powell, Sean Black, and Melissa Price. Hometown agents who understand Berwick's needs. First Keystone Community Bank. Yesterday's traditions, tomorrow's vision. Caregivers America. Supplies, therapy, home health, and care. CaregiversAmerica.com. Red's Roofing. The roofing ninjas of Berwick for all your home improvements. Ken Pollock Ford Lincoln. Northeast PA's #1 trusted dealership. Yannick Real Estate. Commercial and residential. Mayo Funeral Home of Berwick and Chickshitty. Welsh's Towing and Repair. Towing, recovery, and lockout services. ND Accounting and Consulting. Your hometown CPA firm. Riverview Block, Inc. of Berwick. The law offices of Lutz and Petty, protecting you. S.J. Kowalski Heating and Cooling, the way the earth intended. Alexander Family Dealership, Central Road in Bloomsburg. Access Gymnastics Academy, East 7th Street in Bloomsburg. Name brand liquidations in the Berwick Plaza on Route 11. Advanced Auto Services, West Front Street, Berwick. Jeffrey McKinnon, Financial Advisor with Ameriprise Financial Services, Inc. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Brookdale Senior Living, 420 Schaefer Road in Bloomsburg. Romeo's Italian Submarines in Sasser Sweet Stop, 1306 Orange Street, Berwick. Knockbusters Archery in Berwick, where good friends come to get their knocks busted. Fairfield Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, Route 11 in Danville, for the best price and hometown value. Traditional Home Health Care, 120 East 3rd Street in Berwick. And by Surplus Outlet, Route 11 in Briar Creek. HLM is the Valley Sports Leader.